not sure, but very excited and significantly less confident than you, Hideo.
It's
Well,
fake.
we can figure it all out. Isn't it the line, we fake it till we make it, a thing? Um, but next to Mandy, directly underneath me, we have Pirate Chris. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you for coming and joining us this morning.
Hi, hello. Yes, I am Chris Caneas, aka the Painting Pirate, variety streamer slash miniature painter slash Final Fantasy nerd, and I'm fully confident that I'm going to survive till the end. I make no predictions about anyone else, and I today will be playing Averick Brightmoon, the world's angriest halfling paladin, who definitely does not have a complex about his height. Don't worry about it.
This is fine.
All of this is fine. All of this will be fine. And I'm pretty. We're gonna start now. Bets. Will Averick make it to the end? As in, will he get to meet Dracula and die to Dracula? Then to Chris's left, we have Tanya. Hello, wonderful, wonderful Tanya. Thank you for being here this morning.
Hello. It's still morning for me.
Oh, that is true.
Everyone else, it is afternoon. Hi, I'm Tanya Cyphertier. I have dusted Fen from Black Dice Society off, as we are about to face a vampire. And, you know, Fen might just take a little sip out of everyone to make it to the end. You know, with consent. She's not that kind of a vampire. But she is drawn down pure blood hunter / warlock. And she's way under level from where we were with Black Dice Society, because we're, only level 6? So, she was 14 when BDS ended. So let's see what happens.
Yes, indeed. We will indeed have to see what happens. And then last, but certainly not least, hello, Sam. Thank you for joining the shenaniganry today. We welcome you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be a part of the shenaniganry. I am Sam Ellis. I am an actor, writer, comedian, and nerd. You can find me at It's Sam Ellis on Twitter and Instagram. And today I will be playing Hamish Proxley, our dragonborn soul knife rogue, and generally really weird little guy.
I
had not heard that voice before this morning, and I love it.
I am here for all of this, but we have some little things to get out of the way. So this is a modified Meatgrinder. This is my homage to classic Castlevania video games, where the rule is, yes, you will die. It's how many times and how far you get each time you die. And trying to survive Dracula, well, that will be the biggest thing, because that will be the most... we'll find out if we get there. But thank you for that hype train. We really appreciate it. We have, however, a bunch of different things to introduce you to. What the... Okay. So first up, we have the fact that if you click !donate, you can find out about our wonderful charity link to the Tiltify campaign to donate onto. We are supporting Fisher House Charities, which is a wonderful charity, Fisher House Foundation, which is a wonderful charity that provides care and housing and support for veterans and their families while those veterans and families undergo treatment at various VA hospitals around the country. I'm a military brat, and we were lucky enough not to ever have to need to use their services, but we knew a number of people that did, and they are wonderful, wonderful people that provide a great service. So you can donate. Ooh, wait, there's donations coming in, and wait, what did...
Yeah, we already have a Medusa friend donation.
Please say it's my friend, whoever it was.
Wait,
is it friend to the party or friend to a specific character? I have to know.
I created it as the party has a familiar. What the party chooses to do with that familiar of a floating Medusa head, which is mechanically a death skull. I will give you the stats for, and you can all figure out whose friend it is. We'll get to that in a second. But yes, you can click !donate, and there, if you click the rewards button, there's a number of different rewards you can give to the party. Wall chicken might be very important, because it's really important to heal in this game. And there's only one cleric for these fine folks. But there's a whole bunch...
Very capable one cleric, thank you very much. Fancy's ready to heal and do other things.
Well, the cleric might be real important. But we should start at the beginning, which is, I am told, a very fine place to start. And we should begin, however, with a small announcement from someone who, well, couldn't be here today.
Adventurers, be careful. What stands before you is Castle Dracula. It and its owner Dracula, the Prince of Darkness, rise every 100 years. Traditionally, it falls to my family, the Belmonts, to put him back in his grave. But the priest Shaft has done something that is preventing any of our bloodline from crossing these cursed mists. So Maria suggested we summon our own help. You've all traveled these mists before. You'll be able to get into the castle and defeat Dracula. But please, you must be careful. The castle is home to many horrors. Skeletons, zombies, flying Medusa heads, swarms of bats, and killer fish people. They say my ancestor Simon even fought a werewolf in the castle before he finally defeated Dracula. To aid you, this spell of Maria's will let others on this side of the mist send you boons to aid you on your journey. To everyone who is listening, use the incantation !CharityVania, that is CharityVania, to donate to our campaign to help our brave adventurers defeat the Prince of Darkness. You can send these brave adventurers healing, weapons, blessings of damage, and even a possible familiar. All of your kind donations go to benefit the Fisher House Foundation, which provides care and housing to veterans and their families, while those veterans undergo treatment at various VA hospitals around the country. I know that the dangers are great, but with your help and the help of these kind benefactors, we will once again be able to defeat the vile Prince of Darkness and send Dracula back to his grave.
So, players, you are now at the beginnings, a room, an entryway, a foyer. Large drapes of velvet, red, hang from the walls and from the ceiling. Stone. It appears old and not well cared for, but somehow still strong. You don't see any indication of anyone who's ever been here to clean, but at the same time there's should be centuries of dust and mildew. Moths should have eaten these drapery, but there's no sign of that. There's a stench you can smell in the air. Decomposition. It permeates everything around you. You can see light in front of you. Rooms stretching out into a long hallway. Two large, heavy doors stand behind you, closed. What would you like to do?
Gather round, y'all. This one's going to be a rough one, and I think I need to start us out with a little help, if that's all right with you all. Come on in. And Fancy, who is a very short, so Asmar, as are normally depicted, are half human, half celestial, but Fancy's half dwarf, half celestial. So he's quite small, and he sort of gathers you all around and pulls out this enormous looking amulet that has a bunch of stars etched around the outside, and then the center is one large sort of painted black star, and he screws up his eyes and begins to sort of mutter under his breath. And I'm going to cast Aid on, hang on, I gotta check everybody's hit points and hit dice. It's going to be me and the rogue and the bard. And I'll cast it at 3rd level. So the 3 of us increase our current and max hit points by 10.
So we've got aid up for the bard, the rogue, and the cleric. The paladin, the paladin and the blood hunter do not. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I picked the lowest 3 hit points of the 5 of us because I could only pick 3. So
Yeah, no, buff up everyone other than the frontline fighters. I
you
see how
can
it is.
heal
No, that makes perfect sense.
yourself.
Yeah, no, I get
you
it.
can heal. You got the magic hands. I feel like I should find a better way to say that.
Yeah, let's not.
No.
Awkward, just a little.
Yeah, right.
So it's my current and max HP.
Yes, current and max.
So, quick question. How do we all know each other?
That is up to you all. Unless, of course, you are all just magically teleported, because Maria, well, she did cast that spell to bring you all here. And Maria is the epitome of a sweet southern sweet soul who really doesn't know any better and honestly believed that Dracula could be redeemed with just enough love.
Yeah, I'm down with we were all summoned by. Yeah.
Yeah, and I helped out because I figured, the longer you all last, the more chance I have of getting out. So
Ben is just looking around at all of you. Well, at least it's not the Feywild.
And Solaris is like, well, it's important to choose the right one, correct? We're in the right castle, right?
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, we didn't have much of a say in which castle we ended up in.
Because you always have to find the one.
Yeah. Well, we should explore and figure out if we're in the one.
Oh, joy.
Hey, frontline fighter, wanna go ahead?
Let's get this going.
That's
right,
it.
yeah. Quicker in, the quicker we're out, the quicker we can go home. So Averick will move away from the group and start scanning around how many. So what's the layout of the room? How many doors, stairs, big entry foyer type of situation?
It's a big entry foyer. There's a bunch of lights you can see. There's a archway, again, 2-story. This is almost like a 2-story foyer kind of accentuation. 2 large archway with the large red velvet draperies pulled back and tied back. It's really the only way forward, unless, of course, you want to try going out the doors behind you.
Well, let's get things going the most straightforward way. And Averick, who for the record is just shy of 3-foot halfling, dressed in a heavy plate armor, ridiculously oversized for him, warhammer and shield with a heavy, thick, leather eye patch over his left eye and just scraggly, unkempt beard, pulls out the warhammer and just smacks the head of it into his shield repeatedly and just yells out into the foyer, "Dracula, come out and play!"
Oh, no, we could...
Can I grab his warhammer?
Are we playing?
You can try.
Oh, I want to try to grab his warhammer because, oh my god, that is loud and annoying.
I have
My
one
elven
rule when
ears.
it comes to PvP. You can't use luck, even halfling luck doesn't count because that's an automatic feat, but you can't use luck to re-roll individually kind of things.
Oh, it's not PvP. I just want to grab the hammer so he stops making that racket.
Yeah, I've just figured this counted as you get to try and roll to grapple him.
All right.
Well, this would be what, a contested strength check then?
Yeah, it's athletics. It's grapple,
Yeah.
so it's athletics.
Oh, well, this was a bad
Athletics,
idea.
all right.
Ben is
And just watching, very much oh, it's already begun.
Oh, that was a bad idea because with how short he is, Ben just totally overreaches.
I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, you rolled it, but it's a skill check. But it's a skill check, so you have a 9. And what did you get, Tanya?
Trying. I only rolled a 2. So I'm not sure
Plus?
what that gives me. Oh, it only gives me a total of 3.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
the 2 low rolls. Welcome to 2 low rolls. It's just one of those you reach right over him, but he was already moving forward kind of thing. It's like you thought it was there, and you somehow missed that halflings just kind of walk through people, and like a professional trying to get through Times Square at the day before New Year's Eve and having to deal with all the tourists. If you actually live there, you can understand. But we already have 2 candelabra donations, as you see Avric move through into this next open space, which is a large, mostly empty foyer. You can see a couple broken chairs and some tables that look like they've collapsed more from age than anything that hit it or impacted it. You see a light torch as you move through into the room kind of shimmer and shake and collapse next to you, and so I forgot. So Avric, you have a triple shot that you may use on your. A triple shot means that you may immediately, the first time you see something, make immediately 3 attacks, which don't count as your normal attacks, at double damage.
Averick will pick this thing up from the broken candelabra and go, "Whoa, that's never happened before."
What in the hells is it?
I don't know.
I can't wait to find out.
I'm going to throw it at something, so we'll find
Yeah.
out eventually. But I've never had something like that fall out of a candle before. That is a bit weird. But nothing else, like there's no other sound of movement.
You
Hate
can
it.
roll me a perception.
Hate it.
Oh, Averick's real good at those.
Oh boy.
Glad we stuck you up front then.
Yeah. So that's an 11 minus 1, so 10.
Oh, you were being sarcastic.
Well,
Maybe we should roll those moving forward.
I mean,
He
listen,
has one eye.
I like the idea that because Averick is so little, and then Fancy's a little taller, and then I assume the rest of you are taller than Fancy, so it's sort of like a Three Stooges thing. As we walk down, I'm right
Yes.
behind Averick. Yeah, it's
Yes.
great. So I'll do one as well.
Yep, as we keep going.
all
Well,
right.
if at some
what is
point
it
we
we're
don't
on?
full on Scooby-Doo behind a door frame, I'll be incredibly disappointed.
Truly,
We're
truly.
investigating.
You perception.
19 for Fancy.
In 20 years, we'll know what I rolled because this one die is taking forever.
16.
Yay.
And the Eladrin with a 22 and Fancy the 19.
Yeah.
Both of you can hear coming closer towards you
Uh-oh.
the sounds of rattling, both metal and bone.
Oh. Somebody's
This is
shaking a
unfortunate.
very
And-
dark mason jar filled with awful things or something coming this way.
To the point that you have a number of them.
Oh.
It sounds like more than one.
Oh. Lots of mason jars filled with bones and metal. You know, the sound makers. Where are they coming from? So where are they coming from?
They are coming towards you. There really is only that one doorway. There are no windows. Well, there are large
Great.
things that look like windows that look out, but all you can see is the mists and darkness. And there should be glass there, but it isn't even glass. It's something that prevents you from going out them, but and you can't feel the air or the breeze coming through you.
Ooh. All
We
right.
really need a better interior decorator here. But it sounds like we're about to have friends.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose. Is there anywhere for us to looking around? Is there anywhere for us to like not be immediately obvious when that door opens? Maybe not hiding, but not immediately in line of sight.
No, not really. I mean,
Okay,
there
great.
Are there curtains here? Can we
Weapons
hide?
up, y'all.
you can try and hide behind the curtains, but there isn't really a door in front of you. Like the hallway is just long, open, and periodic arches. More, you're getting the impression, possibly for structural support of whatever's on the floor above, rather than to really delineate a space. And they had taken the opportunity to delineate spaces for structural reasons rather than, ooh, this looks like a nice room I'm going to turn into a sitting room.
Right.
Oh, wait, look,
Yeah,
if you're
so
wanting
Larson just like pulls like one of the curtains slightly over her and is just like, half covered, staring out. Like, all right, let's go.
Hey, Hamish, what's going on over there? What's going on?
Hamish looks around the room and says, well, I know where I am hiding. Best of luck to you all. And he uses his slippers of spider climbing to walk up the wall.
Yes.
And looking
Yes.
very much like he's a very tall, thin dragonborn, looking very much like a salamander climbing a wall. Just goes up and waits over the door for whatever this rattling is to break the threshold.
So,
And if it's not too goofy, Fen is gonna pop her dread form, and she basically is like a dragon, a cross between a dragon and a werewolf, and sits like a gargoyle on one of the like curtain rods.
I am here for all of this. But Solaris, as you pull that curtain around you, there was something already in the curtain.
Oh.
You know how like sometimes small dogs or cats, they kind of get into the curtain and then they can't get themselves out? You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, Mandy. We can't hear you.
Oh no! Is it one of those where like I go to pull it around me, but it basically opens up the curtain and something falls out?
Yes. Well, it falls a little bit, and then floating like right in front of you is this head with snake tentacles coming out of the hair. It kind of flies around you and gives you like these soft eyes, like "Thank you, you saved me."
Hi. You're very cute. Can I keep you?
I don't. Averick, we're the only two down on the floor. I do not feel safe with that thing around. What is that?
No, that is weird. We'll deal with that later, but
Okay.
we can also fix this situation right here. Give me one moment.
Yeah, sure.
And Averick will hold his fingers to his mouth and let out a piercing whistle.
Why is the solution to tell everything in the castle that we're here?
And there's a shimmer of light right next to Averick and Fancy.
Oh.
As a form starts to coalesce out of the ether. And as it begins to take solid form, it initially looks like Averick has just summoned a massive mound of just fur.
Oh.
But as it finishes gaining a corporeal form, it slowly shakes and stands up on its four legs and lets out a deep woo.
Oh.
And if Fancy were to look over would note the now Tibetan mountain dog that Averick has summoned, which is his celestial steed, has a big, thick, heavy collar on it with a tag that says squish.
I love everything about this. As you summon this dog, whose name is Squish. Squish is the dog's
Yes.
name? Okay.
Squish is it's a mastiff mechanically. Yeah.
It is a mastiff mechanically. That is entirely fine. I am here for flavor. Flavor everything the way you want. It's a good thing. You see, as you do so, you and Fancy and Fen, because you're kind of like standing looking at all of this, see a number of skeletons start coming towards you. The first two, as they come out, have pulled their arms back and are start throwing bones at your head.
What?
Bones.
Well,
Bones.
on the upside, it does feel like they have a limited supply of those before they become not an issue.
It is a situation which seems like it might resolve itself in time. Yeah.
Just
Are
dodge.
they throwing their own bones?
You're not sure. They just start throwing bones.
Where are they coming from? How does that skeleton have that many ribs?
So I've got 3. I'm gonna targets on 2 on Averick and 1 on Fancy.
Bring it
because that's
on.
who they can see at the moment.
Yeah.
1,
Oh, gotta look at the rolls.
2, 3. So a 14, a 12, and a 10. Wow, they can't aim.
No, ma'am.
Crap.
Nope.
No, ma'am.
As they start slowly meandering towards you.
See, we just gotta dodge them eventually. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine.
And then our friend number 2 starts coming out. He's gonna try and shoot at Averick.
Yeah.
You're standing there.
Yep. That's the idea. Yep, come at me.
2, and then 1 on the shiny that looks possibly like a glowy thing. Fancy.
No, no, ma'am.
They have crap rolls. Look at them going. Shit,
I'm here for this.
Above a 10
Yep.
as they move closer. You know, and then you see something that's a little strange.
Uh-oh.
Because these look like just skeletons.
Yeah.
And then you realize that there's a skeleton, that the personage behind them, it looks like a skeleton, but he's got a sword and a shield and actual armor on.
Wow.
And he's going to stride up and take a swing at Averick. For a 23. Oh, look,
My,
he can
what a
hit shit.
difference.
Yep, that one hits.
We got to make sure none of the rest of them ever pull out swords. Apparently, they know how to use those.
Apparently. It was very strange. Okay, but it's not like it's horrible.
Where's my character?
Can I take an action, or are we?
Oh no, you can
technically
do
in
an action. You can do whatever you want. We're
I'm gonna shoot Eldritch Blast at the one that just swung at Averick.
go right ahead as the 9 points of damage from this slashing damage from this sword. Yeah, I figured it's not.
A 17 and a 9.
The 17 will definitely hit. The 9 will not.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
One day I'll learn how to use Eldritch Blast. That is 3 points of damage on this fellow.
On this fellow.
Yes, with the sword and the shield.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little red dot on him. Not X, just a little red dot so you know which one is the sword and shield. And you can hear now more approaching. But they are kind of bunched up because there's a wall in the way.
Fen, do you have two beams with your Eldritch Blast at this level?
I do.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the first one didn't hit.
Oh.
Yeah, I have ideas for all of my cantrips. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Because the fun part of being a vampire is I don't have Toll the Dead affects me. Yeah, I don't see anything in Roll20 there.
Okay, in the upper right-hand corner of the map, you should see 3 rooms.
Are we in a sort of modified non-official initiative? Would you like
it's
us
a modified,
to?
it's a non-official
great.
initiative. You can do whatever you want in whatever order because they just will keep coming because that's what they do. They don't.
Well, as this one is
Stop.
attacking Averick and busy with him, I want to bash it on the head with my warhammer.
One of the ones that's throwing shit at you? Or?
No, the one that ran up. Since I'm next to Averick, I want to do the one that came up with the sword and shield next to him.
Oh, I'll fix it now that I realize that you guys weren't on the map. That's my bad. Can you see things in the
that's
upper
okay.
right-hand corner now?
We are clearly on a map page, but it is all black. No vision for our
Okay.
tokens.
Let's try to reveal things.
This is a
Bob.
very large map.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
go
there
through
we
it.
go. Now I can see rooms. I can't see
Aha,
any
yeah,
player
there we
tokens,
go.
but I can see a room at least.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am still seeing nothing. I'm
it
still
should be
seeing
in the
black.
far up.
Oh wait, yes I can. It's very, very dark.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
All
Sorry,
right.
y'all.
No.
Dracula has not paid the light bill.
Yes.
Dracula
He needs
doesn't
Some-
need a light bill.
housekeeping, maybe a little interior decorating. Like
He's been asleep for 100 years, yo.
I'm not sure that this castle is the one.
I mean, it might
Well, we're
be.
here now.
I would also like to say, we do also have, as one of the bones that these guys were throwing at you, goes off target. It hits another light fixture and drops from it is a boomerang.
Oh.
That is, anybody can mechanically use as a ranged weapon. It has the effect that that it does double damage on a hit and returns to the hand immediately for a second attack. So whoever wants to pick that up, they can pick that up.
I think Hamish is gonna, real quick, kind of drop from the wall, grab the boomerang, and then as quickly as he can, scurry back up,
Yes.
Yes, love it.
and see if this thing can work against gravity. So let me. It's an 18 to hit.
Nice.
We'll definitely hit.
And a boomerang is.
It's just a ranged attack for you, so whatever your ranged attack is. And then just double the damage.
Excellent. Oh wait, nope, that's wrong. Ignore that roll, and focus on this one.
Didn't pop through, so.
There
There it is.
6 doubled is 12.
Okay, so why is mine not popping up? 6 doubled is 12. Which one were you attacking? One of the people who were chucking bones, or the guy with the sword and shield?
The guy with the sword of the shield seems pretty busy. I think I'm gonna go for the bone throwers.
Okay, what was that? 6 damage, you said, or 12?
12, because it's the double damage.
Because it's double damage. And then you immediately can make a second attack.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's still alive. He's not happy. Well, I mean, he's still put together, I guess. He's not really alive.
Sure.
It's hard to tell if skeletons are happy because they always look like they're smiling.
This is true. They also are always having their mouths open and want to reach out and bite someone.
That's a 9 to hit.
That won't hit. Even this
Hey,
guy.
Mesh. Aim at
What?
them.
I am aiming at them. It's very, very hard. I just got this and I'm working against gravity.
Fair enough.
And
I'm
then
gonna work
we-
with gravity.
go right ahead.
Yeah.
Did we ever resolve Fancy's attack? Like,
No, that's what I'm doing right now with
Okay,
my Warhammer.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Let's see.
16.
16 to hit.
Yep, we'll hit.
All right.
You're
That
hitting
is-
the.
I'm going one-handed because I do have a shield out, and that's the one with the sword, and that is 10 bludgeoning damage.
Between you and whoop. Who did? Oh, we just lost Mandy.
we
That's
lost
okay.
a Mandy.
Uh-oh.
I can fix that. I have
Well-
powers.
That's okay. Now I'm Mandy. It's an improvement.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, so we got that. I have skills. Okay, to fix things. So, you've kill the, well, you disassemble, I guess is the more accurate term, the individual with the sword and
Oh, no.
shield, and they fall into a collapsed hole where a pile of bones.
Yay.
However, their friends are still coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many friends are left now?
Yeah, that's
well,
a good
there
question.
are 4 that you can see.
That we
Okay,
can
well,
see. In that
I
case,
have-
can I... Oh, before
sorry,
my
go on.
turn ends, can I use a bonus action in that case?
Yes.
To cast Spiritual Weapon and have a... it's sort of a... It looks like a pearl necklace, but the beads are like midnight black and blue with little stars in them, and it just like tries to wrap around some of the one of the bone throwing skeletons. I don't know, whatever it can get a hold of, and yank it off. So let's do that.
All right. So you cast it, and there are 2 in the room with you, and 2 you can see through the doorway into the next room.
I will. You know what? I'll do the first one through the doorway, since not everybody can see through the doorway. So I'll leave those in the room for them. And that is whatever it is. I got to put these windows in the same place. That's a 22 to hit.
Yes, indeedy.
All right, and that is 12 force damage.
They are not happy, but still assembled.
Now, fair enough. Well done.
Did one of them go down? Oh, sorry.
The sword and shield went down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's just the skeletons left.
It's just there are currently 4 skeletons left, 2 of which they're still throwing bones at you all, 2 of which have been severely unhappily damaged, but are still put together. And they're going to all try and hit one of you.
Before they do, because I haven't gone yet.
Oh, no, go right ahead. Sorry,
so can I go ahead?
I forgot that.
So this is a good. So with 4 of them left, I think this is a good time to use that triple shot.
Yes, go right ahead.
So use one
ahead.
shot on. I'm going to target the 2 that got damaged, and there's one in the hole's damaged, one up bias is damaged, and the other 2 are not. Is that right?
There's There's one in your room that's damaged, and one that is not. And then there's one that you can see in the other room next to the spiritual weapon that is also damaged, and one that is not.
So it'll be 2, 1 each on the 2 that are damaged, and then the third one's going to be on the one back in the hallway. So what was the roll for this one again? Remind me.
It's whatever weapon you want to do, and then it's.
Okay, so it's just my regular.
It's whatever. Yep.
Actually, does this? Can it be ranged, or does it have to? So it's just 3 attacks with my regular weapon.
It's
then
3 attacks with whatever weapon you want to use it with.
Okay, well, it's because I already have the warhammer. So in that case, it's going to be 2 on the uninjured one and 1 on the damaged one that's up biased, because I can't wait until the hallway ones. All right, so, and then what I will also do before that is, because I presume he goes on my turn, is Squish is going to circle around behind them to get me that flanking bonus. That will do nicely. That's a 23 to hit on one.
Of course.
So let's do the damage on that. So that is one-handed, so 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
But it's doubled, so 16. So that guy's
gone. Because of the triple shot? Okay.
Because nice. triple shot automatically gives you double damage, and it doesn't. It's a single attack that counts as a triple attack.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I like this. All right. So that's 1 down. All right. The second one then is gonna be. But that's a 19 to hit.
Yes.
All right. So that one is going to be another 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
He's gone.
So that's both of those 2 next to us done.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. In that case, for the final one, I'm just going to kind of look around and just chuck his warhammer down the hall at the other one.
Okay, that works. I want to see this. Throw it.
So, it's not great. 11 to hit.
An 11 unfortunately won't hit. It kind of, what it does do is hit the candelabra behind your friend and knock one of the stones off and knock the light source off. And as you do, you see it just knocks out a hole, and you see in front of it a small bottle.
This castle is really weird. I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna start hitting walls and see what falls out.
Maybe we don't want to make more noise.
We should just hit the scalies first, though, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean priorities, of course.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, great.
So, am I still wrapped up in the curtain?
You were
right now.
Unless
okay,
you're
I haven't moved
out of the curtain. If it was your choice.
Yeah. First, I do want to come out of the curtain. Our Medusa head friend, I'm wearing a cloak. Can I just like shuffle them into the hood and keep moving?
Yes. They're your friend now.
Okay, they're just gonna hang out with me in my hood, like keeping a small animal there. It's fine. And I'm like, cool, you all, well done, everyone. And decide, like, I guess I should contribute a little bit here and move forward, I guess, in front of everybody else to the next room so that I can make an attack on our skeleton friends. Fingers crossed. Let's see if it goes. With my rapier, I'm actually going to pull out a weapon and attempt to help.
All right. That
Okay.
should hit. Wait, the 23 will definitely hit.
Cool.
So I'm trying to figure out why this isn't working. So what I'm going to do is just put a friend on that you should be able to see. Okay, can you see the friend on the... Okay.
On the map, no. I still don't see any tokens, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, it's not just you.
No, it's not just you. This is me trying to do something cool, and it's apparently defeated me. But,
I will say for the roll, if it's the thing that screws up me with the lighting all the time, if the player tokens aren't set to emit light, none of us can see anything if there are no light sources on. So that's bit me a couple of times.
No, it's all... There we go. It should be. It's emitting light.
Yeah, I see a friend token in the list, but yeah, none of the players have tokens.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not working.
Oh well.
Can I just reveal? And so what you can see, yeah, but it should you should still be able to see the revealed sections of the map even if you don't have a token.
Yeah, so we saw like the rooms.
Yeah, you should.
But we could. The rooms have gone to now.
No, are they back?
No, they were there, and now they are not.
Just like Castlevania.
Just like Castlevania, it really did just go and come back and go and come
We're
back.
getting the authentic experience here.
Exactly.
Okay, so...
Oh, there we go. That worked.
Okay, well, there we go. Well, at least you have the room spaces and you generally know where things are. So now you are...
So I rolled up with
you
my
rolled
Medusa
up
head
on-
friend.
Did you want to roll up on the one that's currently underneath the spiritual weapon, or the other one that's a little bit further down the hall?
The closest one, so spiritual weapon then.
Okay. Yep, you can definitely hit him.
All right, and I did 6 piercing damage. I don't think I have any bonuses right now.
He's still... No, he's not. He's dead. You killed him.
Yes! Huzzah! And like Solaris like does a pose. It's like, look at what I've done! And then... Can I take another action? Will you allow it?
What your bonus action, what would you like to do?
Oh, so I'm gonna reach into a pouch that I'm carrying, which is a gray bag of tricks, and throw out a small fuzzy object, which I now have to roll for. Please hold.
Please hold as we determine what the small fuzzy object is.
Ooh. I got an 8. So what this means is I throw this small fuzzy object in front of me, poof, and in its space pops out a giant elk.
It's real good that this is a 2-story, all of these hallways are 2 stories, and that the archway in between is a good, 15 feet across. Otherwise, just the pure antlers on this thing would get stuck in the door frame. As it is, it's looking at those drapery going, nope.
Averick will reach up and squish behind the ear and just whisper to him, "Poser."
Hamish will shout out, I love animals as much as the next guy, but please do be careful not to knock out any load or Hamish-bearing walls.
That's right, are you still on the wall?
Almost always, yes.
Charge the candles!
And And Solar's just like, so we just need your help to attack this, and is like pointing at the skeleton that's still in front of us. There's only one left, correct?
Yes, there's only one left.
Okay. Is my elk allowed to do anything, or is it just here because that was my bonus action?
Hold on. I believe it's summoning. The first round it's summoned. It doesn't get an action, but I will double check. I've been known to be
That's
wrong.
fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting to roll an 8 to start with and get a giant elk, but I'll take it.
No, it acts on your turn. It acts on your turn, and as a bonus action, you can then command it, and you can. It takes an, and then how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn. So your bonus action was to summon it. Then your next turn, you can tell it what to do.
Okay. Awesome, got it. Well, now we have a giant elk in front of us, everyone. This is going great.
Yep. Yes, it is. As the last guy who's standing looks at you all and just is going to start firing at, oh no, the person who's right in front of them, which is the bard.
I've made a mistake.
They get to roll, they get 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. So that's a 12, a 16, and a 17.
2 of them hit.
So for 7 and for 6 damage, as you get hit with these flung bones in your face.
Cool. I just get hit and flail.
What is, I guess my next question is, what is Fen doing?
Fen was about to do like kind of a jump down onto the skeleton, but instead she's gonna do Mind Sliver on the skeleton that just attacked Stellaris. It needs to make an intelligence. Oh wait. They need to make an intelligence saving throw of at least 12.
This is gonna be hilarious, y'all. I'm just telling you right now. It's a 7.
Well, it failed.
It's not
so I get to roll 2d6 and it'll be psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens. Oh, that's 10 psychic.
Ooh, it does not like that. It does not like that at all. But it is still standing.
Is the one with the sword and shield still around?
It's a collapsed pile of bones in the middle of the doorway.
I was gonna try to do a thing. I don't know if I can. If you let me, I can do Crimson Right and basically, nope, that is not it. Well, I could do Blood Curse of the Fallen Puppet and basically have it do one last act of aggression.
Go for it. I'm here for
I'm gonna direct the sword and shield Skelly to attack the one that I just hit with psychic damage.
Okay. So it's going to roll.
Am I rolling or are you rolling?
I've got the stats here. +6 to hit. We'll hit with a 19.
Oh, okay, that hits it.
Yeah, it does indeed. It does indeed. So it will do 10 damage and kill its not friend skeleton.
And then it just collapses because that was his last act.
It dead now.
Yep.
But it did so well.
But now you've got a dog, an elk, and a little flying Medusa head that pops out of the cowl and kind of looks around at all of you, and then cocks its head almost like a dog, and then immediately pulls back inside Solaris's cape.
It's so cute.
Yeah, Avric's just going to kind of glance between the Medusa head hiding in Solaris's cape and Fen, who just reanimated a skeleton. And just it looks a little unnerved by this situation. There's that kind of mind process of, are we the baddies type of...
I'm with you. I think we should press forward and not ask too many questions.
I think you're entirely correct.
Yeah.
The small potion bottle is still on the ground, sitting underneath where that... we're next to your warhammer, basically, Avric, as you walk by.
Yeah, he'll walk over and just pick up both of those, and Squish is going to trot along behind after picking up one of the fallen skeleton bones and just carrying that in his mouth. Just a little tail wagging.
Wow.
Is there enough space for the elk to go with us?
Yes, for now.
Okay.
For now.
Onward.
So, do we know what this potion is, or is it... Try it and find out.
You know, because you will. This is Castlevania rules, so you automatically know what you have. So, you have a vial of a large potion of holy water.
Oh.
Excellent.
Which is a thrown weapon and does AoE damage.
Excellent.
Great.
Right.
Onward.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
Hamish scurries down off of the wall, and I don't know if anyone sees him do this, but he looks around at the giant elk and the Medusa and the giant fuzzy Squish, and says, "Well, I want a friend too." And he's going to pick up just the nearest skull and start puppeting it, like making it talk like a puppet, and go, "Hello, my name's Yorick." "Hello, Yorick, how are you?" And just going to continue down the hall in bringing up the rear, just having a conversation with his new skull buddy.
I do feel like it's a good thing that I just made the don't ask questions rule, because I have so many.
I think the sooner we get to smash Dracula in the face, the sooner we can get out of here. And,
Yeah.
And
I'm
Fen
really
is just like,
needing to get out of here.
Yeah.
Fen is just like, I thought I saw some wild things in the mist. This is nothing.
Hello, what's everybody talking about over here?
Onward.
Yeah.
As you move through, it's darker. The stone seems to slightly shimmer off of what little light is available here, almost like the veins of quartz and mica in the granite reflect itself. Or is it something else? Something a little unworldly, a little ethereal. You smell that stench of decomposition, but you hear something more loud approaching. This long hallway continues on. There's nothing in your front, at least, that you can see.
Can we perceive anything else?
You can see the barest hint of light in front of you, in the distance, moving towards you. And then you see the light kind of fade in and out, almost like something came in front of it. And then you hear it, this rattle of bone and armor. And then
Not this again.
a swish of something on the wind. It sounds different.
I'm carrying a candle. Can I light it and just throw it down the hallway?
Yes.
Cool, that's what I'm gonna do. I just like pull out a full-on candle from my pocket, flit, light it up, and just chuck it.
As you throw it down the hallway, you see that light go end over end over end and kind of falls and lands. And you see just barely in the distance at the end of this hall where it has the next archway point, a few more of those nice friendly bones coming to approach you. But you also see something swoop down from the ceiling and then kind of pick up the candle and poof, it goes out.
Swooping is bad. Swooping is never good. Nothing nothing nice has ever swooped.
You're not wrong, Averick. I honestly think you're not wrong.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to go. So unless someone
Onward.
wants to go and scout it out,
Nah.
fair enough. Maverick will head on down, taking a point, going down the corridor.
It is 15, 20, 30 feet. I'm going to 40 feet. And then you see the first of the skeletons starting to approach you, but then you hear the beat of shh, whoosh, 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 approaching in flight. Are you attempting to be stealthy at all?
Absolutely not.
Cool.
We have a giant elk, so
I will also say, as we get further, like closer to this, Africa is going to mount up onto Squish and is going to ride his giant dog.
Yeah. Yes. What? Sorry, no questions.
It's his steed. Yeah.
Okay, did that.
It's like a full, like half again the size of Averick. He
I
can
love
easily
it.
ride this thing.
I love it.
All right.
we have the elk following behind them. So we kind of like
Yes.
Averick in front on his mounted
Yeah.
dog, elk, and then Solaris is in. I'm guessing with the group behind them.
It's like the weirdest parade.
As
And then you look. Oh, go ahead.
I have a very important question here because we know that Fen was this kind of like gargoyle werewolf thing. Is that still
Sure.
what they look like?
Oh yeah, she has her dread form up still. So imagine a very tall werewolf, but with kind of purple fur and draconic wings.
I'm here for all of this. I'm here for all of this. You can, so we've got this line of procession coming forward. Averick, you can just glance around and you see movement in the shadows. Large bat wings moving in the shadows, coming at you. In a particularly large number. I have a question. What are you going to do?
I would like, if you'll let me, I want to hold my action until this, what sounds like a bat swarm,
Yeah.
is coming up next to Averick. He's going to wait until they swarm and descend upon him.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. You have a very large bat swarm.
Right. So he is going to wait, and there's skeletons around too, right?
There, you can hear them approaching. They're a little bit
Cool.
further off. The animals are, the bat are closer.
All right. Let's see how this is going to work. So he's going to wait. And can I wait to actually until the skeletons get a little closer as well? He wants to try and gather them all as close to him as possible. If that means taking a round of attacks from the bats, have at it. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what it's going to mean. You're going to have to take a round
Yeah.
of attacks from the bats.
That is totally fine.
You are going to take as you, again, this long kind of archway of hallway is moving and progressing forward. They're going to swarm and attack you. And then I'm going to let everyone roll initiative. Because I feel like that's a good thing to let people do. So 21, well, no. They do not hit you at all.
Excellent.
They're sad. They're very sad. They see you. I guess they swoop down, and they miss the halfling because they're swooping for something more humanoid height. They might be more used to Belmonts, who are slightly above average in height, and there's a halfling, and they just miss the target all the way. Okay, 14 initiative for
17 for Averick.
And
so-
for
Yep.
Fancy. Sorry, I don't know how you want to get him.
So Fancy.
I think I have a +1 to mine if that's relevant.
If you want to do it that way, otherwise I was going to let Averick go first.
Sure.
Averick seems to
I
have a
think
plan.
yeah.
Seems to have a plan. Okay.
Averick always seems to have a plan.
Well, I'll figure that out eventually. But for now, go for it.
Loris, and Fen, and Hamish. All right, so what do we got? We've got 21 for Solaris. We've got 17 for Averick. We've got 17 for Fancy. 17 for Fance. I want my thing to work. Fen has got a 14, and then Hamish
Also 21.
also 21. Good. If roll 20 is being mean and not keeping things from you, then all right. So we are cool. Hamish, you're up first in the back of the column, I believe.
Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn to Yorick and say, Yorick, turn away. I don't want you to see this. And now that once Yorick is facing away from the skeletons, are any of them within 5 feet of Averick yet?
Yes, with just within 5 feet of Averick. I had the swarm go, and then I was letting you all roll for the attacks.
Nice.
Because I know that Averick is holding his action for that moment.
Great. So I'm gonna pick a skeleton who is near Averick.
You have, by the way, if you glance around, you have 4 of your friends with swords and boards, and you have 4 of your friends who are just checking.
Oh,
bones.
cool. I'm gonna go for the ones who are chucking bones because those are the ones who are a threat to me, and more importantly, my good friend Yorick. So I'm going to throw my boomerang for an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the double damage boomerang, so that's going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, good. They're still up, but not happy about it.
And does the boomerang come back?
The boomerang will return, but you kind of feel that it's unsteady, almost like it isn't permanent.
Excellent.
So you do have a second attack with it.
Cool. Give me one more. I just need one more. 16 to hit.
Yep, indeed.
And let's see if this. 4 double 2, 8 damage.
Okay, that guy, he dead. He dead. Well, I mean, he was dead before. Now he's just immobilized, collapsed pile of bones on the ground.
Extra dead now.
Oh, Yorick, I might have a brother for you soon.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Solaris is feeling mighty normal right now.
Because I was concerned about Solaris going into this. We misjudged this horribly.
Solaris.
Is any of the skeletons or other creatures within 5 feet of my elk?
No, within 10 feet, because it's within 5 feet of Averick, and your elk is
Okay.
behind Averick.
Still doable. I'm going to direct my elk friend to help by using Ram, which is a melee attack to reach 10 feet to any one target.
There you go.
Let's see if it works.
No.
Wow. Elk tripped over Averick, I guess, and didn't make it very far.
It's a very young elk. It's brand new to the world. It's experiencing motion for the first time. It kind of does that little, like, baby horse deer thing collapse as it tries to walk. Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't learned to run yet, just learned to walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is the swarm of bats still around us?
Oh, yeah, it's a flying.
Flying. Okay. This is not an attack, but I'm going to see if you're going to let me do something because I'm a bard. Can I attempt to charm them because they are technically animals and bring them to my side?
You can attempt to do anything you want. I can't tell you whether it'll work or not.
All right. How would you want me to play this out?
So I think this is going to be a performance, and you can, if you have animal handling. Wait, is that still a skill in this game?
Yes.
Yes. You know those moments of like when you play too many different games, you're like, wait, is that skill part of this game or not? You may, if you have any animal handling, you can add that to your proficiency bonus. But I can't guarantee this will work.
Okay, well, I'm going to try. So I am going to roll performance. And then I think my proficiency bonus is 3. So let's see what happens. I rolled a 26 plus 3, so 29.
So what's going to happen is you see the bats start to swarm and turn and spin as you kind of hear this. What is it? What were you trying to do? What was your...
Oh, so I'm going to bust out an instrument and I'm going to play.
What
I'm going to bust out an instrument and I'm going to play.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Like, legit, can I do this?
You can do this. Go ahead and do this. Someone
I only know one song, y'all, but it'll be fine. And I hope it's not too loud. I'm sorry in advance. Nobody said I was good at it.
You're blowing out your mic with your own attempt to play Celine Dion. I feel that this is appropriate. But
so it sounds just that bad in real life, but the magic works.
But the magic, you see the bats start to swarm around you, and they seem to be coming towards you. But the minute they start to get close, there's this shift of airwave almost, as like magic kind of stops as it hits the swarm, almost like they're immune to anything. All conditions.
It was a valiant effort.
It was a very valiant effort,
good.
but they don't like you that much.
Wow. And then Solaris just like starts waving her instrument around like, why won't you be my friend? And I think that's my turn.
It is indeed your turn. I'm just putting them all at the bottom of the initiative just because it makes my life easier, because there are a lot of them. Averick.
All right. So from within this swarm of bats and crowd of skeletons are now gathering around Averick and Squish, and apparently this elk that's here now too. You just hear from back in the hallway call out, "Come and have a go if you think you're old enough." And Averick will take that bottle of holy water and smash it over his own head to detonate the AoE in the middle of this group.
It is a brilliant effect, because what you see is everything around Averick that's evil or undead within 20 feet of Averick. How far away?
I saw that reaction from Fen there. Yes, sword-sighted expression.
Well, it was nice knowing you all.
That's why I tried to do this when I was out in front.
Yes, you did. You did say you're doing this out in front, and you did put a number of people in between, and it's only a 20 foot of diameter, so it would be 10 feet. Are you more than 10 feet behind Averick?
I thought I was closer, but let's see what happens.
It's your choice. It's where you wanted to be, because now there's an elk there.
If the elk butt is in my way, I will say that it's saving me.
I will say that elk butt is probably going to save you in this case.
Yeah, Alpha was absolutely in the way.
I so badly want the elk to take damage from this just for the revelation of what that means about this elk.
Did I summon a real elk? It's only been in the world for 5 minutes, but...
No, the elk is not evil or undead.
That's why I wanted to take damage. Like, you managed to summon an evil elk. Like, that whole concept to me is just amazing.
So the elk butt acts as cover for this AoE as the shattering of glass can be heard, and the outspread of the holy water kind of spreads out around, and all of the skeletons, all 8 of the skeletons that are all up on Averick's business at the moment, immediately catch on fire.
I did not think this plan through. There may be an immediate flaw in my thinking.
And it immediately is... immediately begins to... a couple of them try and seem to like a couple of the ones with swords and shields seem to have enough semblance of intelligence to try and put themselves out, but it doesn't really work. The rest just kind of collapse, although one goes to try and hug Averick is in his collapse. I don't know if it might be intentional, it might not. Averick, as you feel this skeleton collapse on you, you realize that the flames are cold to your touch.
Oh.
They don't seem to harm you. But there's still a giant swarm of bats above your head. So all those wonderful skeletons are gone. Are you going to do anything else, Averick?
I think that's probably good, because that was my action. The bats are flying, so I presume the bats are out of range.
Yeah. They're flying above you.
Yeah,
they get to swoop.
None of my bonus actions are relevant. So the only thing I will say is Squish is going to hold his attack. So if the bats come close enough, he will take a bite at the bats.
Okay.
So how fast did this happen with like the holy
as soon
water
as his action, kind of. So it was like you had your attempt to summon them, and then you hear the shout that Averick gave out, then the crash of the glass, and then the whoosh as everything around him catches on fire.
Okay, well, I feel like Soloris would be like clapping like this was a show and a performance. He did better than she did, and would grant him bardic inspiration. Like, well done, yes, here you go.
He will do a bow from the top of Squish, who also kind of lowers his head in a deep bow.
I appreciate this. Take your bardic inspiration, Averick.
Which is D6 or 8 at this level.
He's also a little jealous because obviously his performance went way better than hers did.
I think it's a D6.
You get a 1d8.
D8, sorry. Fancy.
Oh, wow. Now I sort of wonder if we should have held that back, but well done, Averick. And I'll grab the emblem on my shield and start muttering a prayer, and I'll cast, what is that spell called? Sorry. Sacred Flame on the bats. I need a dexterity save from the bats.
You need a dexterity save from the bats?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, well, they
are
succeed. Flying. Good lord. How long has it been since our previous room battle? My sacred weapon lasts for a minute. Has it been longer than that?
I would say it might still be up, depending on how fast or slow you were walking.
I mean... Averick and I seemed pretty dedicated to moving forward. I'm not real sure how well we convinced the rest of the crew, but we tried.
You did. I'll say it's still up, but it probably only has a couple of rounds left.
Sure, totally. All right, well then it'll take a swing at some of those bats. Hopefully doing a little bit. Oh, not really though. It's an 11 to hit.
No, an 11 does not hit.
Get out of here. Sorry, Averick. I think they're coming back for you, and then I'll step back away from the bats.
You move away from. It's like Nope, it's not.
Nope.
Me.
Sorry, I tried to help. Goodbye.
I just have this moment of like picturing Fancy like y'all ever been to a real barbecue joint where with the bags of water hanging in the windows and it's basically a shack, and you have this old lady who's coming out with like a rag, just going swinging at the flies that are coming up and
Yes,
after you.
that's sort of it. Just shoo fly. Don't bother. All right, sorry. Shoo bat. It doesn't work as well.
It don't. Fen, you up?
Since I can fly,
You can. This is gonna be good.
I just want to do a thing where I basically like do a couple swoops and try to just chomp as many of the bats as I can.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
I have no idea what that attack would be though.
Does your dread form have an attack? Like a
It
bite attack or something?
does. I do have a fanged bite, or I can do an arm strike.
Either one, whichever you want to do. If you're going to try and bite them, then it's a bite attack. If you want to try and, like, knock them out of the air with your
I
claws.
can. So since we're level 6, I think I get 2 attacks, and I can attack up to 3 bats per hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, does a 19 and an 11 get any of the bats?
A 19 will hit. An 11 does not.
All right, so I get 3 of the bats.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my D4? One time I need a D4. Oh shoot! Well, 3 of the bats took 5 damage.
So you kind of like, are you biting through them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of like grab one and bite and spit it out and like grab the next, spit it out kind of thing, and rake your teeth. They don't like that. They don't
Well,
like that.
well.
So it's their turn now. And as you see Solaris and Fen, are you still flying?
Me? Yes.
Okay. You see the swarm split into 3. And so the first attack is going to be against first 2 attacks from one of the swarms is going to be against Fen, because you're right there and they're going to try and swarm, kind of come around you and like nip at you.
Fun.
1 and 2. So a 24 and a 6.
One of those hits me.
Oh yeah, I think it's a 24, right?
Yeah. I will get Hellish Rebuke in reaction though.
All right, and so this is going to be. So this is doubled. So why did? Oh no, it didn't. Why did it not roll the damage? Okay. So it. Oh, it's 2d4. So it rolled. So 10 points of damage of biting damage.
Oh no, it bit me. What will I do?
It will. I'm sorry. They're bites. They're very annoying, like gnats, really. We'll come back to your Hellish Rebuke. I just want to resolve the rest of their attacks before we come back to that. Is that okay?
Yeah, they just need to make a dex save of 12 or higher. So whenever you're ready for that.
Okay, then we'll actually do that first because that's easy to do. And that's a 10, so they'll take what is it?
3d10 fire.
Ooh, they're gonna be.
Yeah, I will roll that while you are doing stuff.
Yeah.
These are going to be crispy bats. We're all about
Those are
that
crispy
snacks.
bats. And then we've got a swarm. It's gonna attack Averick. So you get 2 attacks from that swarm. 1 and 2. 17 and a 9.
Nope.
Neither of them?
Nope. Average AC is 20.
Oh, that's very nice. But Solaris. Hi.
Hi.
They're gonna try and bite you.
Wanted to be your friend.
1 and 2. So a 19 and a 17.
Both of those hit.
Solaris is still far back, right? You're not up close with everyone else.
No, I would be like behind the elk and everything.
Yeah, they moved up and they moved when the swarm split, one went after them. So 10 points of piercing damage. How's Solaris looking?
Solaris is feeling a little weak, like obviously taking a little bit of damage, like half of my HP.
I gotcha.
I will see, as you see, you do have knocked out a wall. There is a chicken dinner sitting there. Real nice. It smells really good.
Oh,
that cannot be good.
I mean, this is
Smell
fine,
kinda
right?
nice, though.
I forgot about this item. Darn it! What does this item do?
A wall chicken? It grants immediate. You already have one. You've got one wall chicken and one heart, by the way, from the kindness donations of the wonderful people of chat. The wall chicken grants the party 50% of max HP, and it can act as temporary hit points as well.
So did the wall got knocked down after the attack?
Yeah, the wall got knocked out after the attack, and there's just like a chicken dinner sitting there. And you also have one heart at this moment. Hearts are wonderful things because they can add an extra damage die. And you can, or just a giant pile, and anybody who wants to let me know that they're using it, let me know.
Do we get the heals now, or is it after our whatever?
You have to pick it up, so I would say on your turn. It's a free action to do on your turn, but yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Medusa Friend is going to act on your turn, Solaris, if you wish to have them do so, anything. 14 fire damage. You make that really crispy swarm really not like you. They're still there, but they really, really, really don't like you now. They're feeling like it's a personalized attack. The Mastiff is biting for 6.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Just snapping at the air. He's trying his best, bless him, but they're just too quick.
They're very fast and nimble because they're a swarm of bats. Okay, so we have a particular at the same time. Right as one of them, you kind of like shake your way away from one of those swarm of bats, Solaris. You knock into one of the candelabras and it falls and collapses next to you. And right at the floor, we have a 9. You see a glowing numeral 3. Which is a triple shot, which means you can immediately make 3 attacks at double damage.
Sweet! Immediately picks it up. Am I allowed to attack right now?
Yes, it's an immediate.
Is the swarm close? Because the swarm came at me. Like
you have one
go.
on you and one on Averick and one on Fen. Floating around Fen.
Oh no! Does an 11 hit?
No, but you get to make 3 attacks.
Oh, that's right. I get to make 3. Okay, let's try again. Come on. What about a 12 or 15?
The 12 and the 15 will both hit.
Okay.
So 10 and 6 is 12, so 22 points of damage. You knock at a bunch of them, and a bunch of them fall. The swarm is severely depleted at this point. Both that swarm and the one next to Fen are severely depleted, but they're still upright, mostly, at the moment.
I'm going to eat you.
Okay. Hamish, it's your turn.
So Hamish is going to turn to Yorick and say, I am so sorry about your brother. And then his eyes are going to light up because he's going to realize that bats have brains and he can use that against them. So he is going to pull a blade of glowing purple psychic energy out of his own head and fling it at the swarm of bats on Solaris.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. That is a 26 will definitely hit.
Ooh, that's a crit.
It is a crit.
Nice.
So let me roll that crit. 10 points of psychic damage.
How do you wish to end this bat swarm that's attacking your friend?
I think that he misses his boomerang a little. So I think the blade goes through one bat at first, and then Hamish flicks his wrist, and it turns around and just skewers through the rest of the swarm like a kebab before just exploding.
I'm here for all of this. So that whole swarm is gone. Now we only have the one that's on Avric, which has been unharmed, which has only been lightly harmed, and the one that's on Fen, which was more harmed.
And I can use my bonus action to make another. So I'm gonna toss another at the swarm on Fen.
Unfortunately, that one does
Nine's not gonna do it.
Nope.
Went from a great roll to a slightly less great roll.
And Solaris.
Oh, it's my turn again. Okay. Well, I am going to have my elk friend. Are they close enough? I guess like they'd be right next to Fen, correct?
Well, they're right next to Avric. Fen is flying around.
That's right. Fen is flying. Okay. Then how close? The swarm attacked Avric, correct? I'm like, can my elk like try to run into them or stomp them or do something here?
Yeah, they can try to make an attack on them.
All right, cool. Let's see if elk friend does a 21.
A 21
hits
will definitely hit.
for 8 bludgeoning.
You did some damage, but they are still alive.
Okay, cool. And then Solaris is going to question. So if I go and get the chicken, does that impact like just one of us gets the whole party, or are they all gonna have to also get their chicken at some point?
No. It's magical chicken dinner.
Magical, yes. Okay.
It is a magical chicken dinner. One of you just has to pick it up.
Okay, so that's on one side I want to do it, on the other side I'm like I'd rather wait until after we're done with combat in case anybody else takes damage. So what I will do instead is for my action I'll go ahead and also try to move forward and take a swing at the bats. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. Oh, for 11 piercing damage.
They are very not liking this.
Cool.
There's only, like,
and then I'm
2 of them left.
only 2 of them left. Then I'm going to finish off with a bonus action, and I'm going to phase step far enough forward that I can use my summer ability, which is that each creature within a 5-foot radius takes 3 fire damage. So I'm going to move forward to be close enough to attack these bats.
Okay.
So hop, skip, disappear, reappear, fire, and suddenly
Fire for everything in 5 feet?
everything of my choice in 5 feet.
Okay,
so I
that's a
choose
very
the
important
bats.
distinction there.
Clarifying that I choose can be fire. So I'm like, you didn't want to be my friend, so get crispy.
Okay. So that gets rid of those were all the ones on Avric, right?
Yeah.
So the swarm on Avric is gone. Believe that is the end of your turn. Avric,
Yeah.
you almost were crispy twice, but now you're not.
So there's only one swarm left, and it's the one that Fen is fighting, right?
Yes.
Okay, how high up are they?
Well, the ceiling's only about 25 feet, so it's kind of like hovering there.
Okay, so let's see if you'll let me do this. So, because they're a little out of Avric's range right now, but he does have squish. So what he's going to do is, inspired by watching Fen up there flying around, biting at these bats, Avric flashes back to the famous gnomish bard he saw in concert that one time, Snozzy Snozborn, and yells up to Squish, "Bark at the moon!" And Squish will take a leap up towards to get Avric enough range to take the swings with his warhammer at the top of the jumping arc.
I will allow this.
So let's see, so that will be the first attack. With the Warhammer is going to be not great. It's only a 13 to hit.
13 will hit.
Excellent. So that will then be. Oh, that was. Sorry, that was another attack. I rolled the wrong thing. That is going to actually be 6 points of bludgeoning damage for the first attack.
They're still around, but they are there are quite a few less of them.
All right, so second attack, second swing will be 15 to hit.
Yeah.
So that is going to be then a. Oh, that's much better. Well, it's not that much better. That is a 6 to hit on that.
6 damage, yeah.
6 damage. Sorry.
As you come off as Squish bounds and takes the second leap, kind of like bouncing off the wall because video games. And you swing the hammer around. You kind of crash and you land perfectly so that the warhammer crashes the skull of the last of the swarm into the ground. And as you do so, you hear a ring throughout the entire castle, like the stone itself rung with that strike. And that's where we're gonna go take a break, everybody. We'll see you in a few minutes. Stretch, bio, and perhaps there might be something intriguing for our dear, dear friends. See you in a little bit, everybody.
owner Dracula, the Prince of Darkness, rise every 100 years. Traditionally, it falls to my family, the Belmonts, to put him back in his grave. But the priest Shaft has done something that is preventing any of our bloodline from crossing these cursed mists. So Maria suggested we summon our own help. You've all traveled these mists before. You'll be able to get into the castle and defeat Dracula. But please, you must be careful. The castle is home to many horrors. Skeletons, zombies, flying Medusa heads, swarms of bats, and killer fish people. They say my ancestor Simon even fought a werewolf in the castle before he finally defeated Dracula. To aid you, this spell of Maria's will let others on this side of the mist send you boons to aid you on your journey. To everyone who is listening, use the incantation !CharityVania, that is CharityVania, to donate to our campaign to help our brave adventurers defeat the Prince of Darkness. You can send these brave adventurers healing, weapons, blessings of damage, and even a possible familiar. All of your kind donations go to benefit the Fisher House Foundation, which provides care and housing to veterans and their families, while those veterans undergo treatment at various VA hospitals around the country. I know that the dangers are great, but with your help and the help of these kind benefactors, we will once again be able to defeat the vile Prince of Darkness and send Dracula back to his grave.
Oh, look. The Belmont brought some new toys for my beloved to play with. I'm surprised that the mist didn't keep them out, but no matter. They are just new playthings for my lord's pets. Do they actually think they will be able to survive the hordes of skeletons, zombies, killer fish people? Oh, not to mention the swarms of flying Medusa heads or swarms of bats. Oh, I see. They think they are heroes. Well, as we know, the darkness is truly seductive. Perhaps my lord will let some of these new minions aid in showing these heroes the fine hospitality of Castle Dracula. By using !CharityVania, you fine minions of the Prince of Darkness can donate to order my lord's swarms of flying Medusa heads, perhaps activate one of the curses, or call upon the castle itself to invert against these intruders. My lord has pledged that all donations will be to the benefit of the Fisher House Foundation, which provides care and support to veterans and their families while veterans receive treatment at VA hospitals around the country. I wonder how many of these poor, misguided souls will even make it through my lord's castle to meet him. I'm quite looking forward to seeing how many new servants my lord gains from this absolutely brilliant plan of the Belmonts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you were refreshed, you stretched, you did all of those good things. We have the second half of this session left to go. Our adventurers have survived a swarm of bats, skeletons, made your way down the majority of the hallway. You can now see that the hallway extends further out in front of you, but you could also turn to your left as you see the light kind of flash on. A number of torches have brightened in front of, to the south, to your left.
Before anything else, I want one of us to eat the chicken.
Don't you need the chicken?
Yes, why is the bard the one that's taken the most damage?
Welcome to Bard Life.
Because you're a bard?
I made terrible life choices. Cool. Well, Solaris runs
you're
back,
right.
takes a chomp out of the chicken.
That
Right.
cannot be hygienic. That's
That's a bit. Oh, how's it taste?
Seems okay. Immediately turns and grabs one of the like crispy burnt bats, takes a bite, was like, oh, that's terrible, and turns back and bites the chicken again.
Oh
Chicken's
no!
a really good dinner. Really, really good chicken dinner. And magically you feel better. You will all recover 50% of your max HP.
Oh.
Anything that puts you over is a temporary hit points.
Oh damn!
Oh.
no, I have to do maths.
Wait. Calculator.
Ooh, that's a lot of temp HP.
That is a lot of temp HP.
This is going to instill in me a false sense of security for the next fight. I'm excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in no way at all concerned about that.
Nope.
This has full on. There's a big open area in front of you, and a save point, and a bunch of ammo and health items. This isn't
Exactly.
concerning at all.
No, there's no
Pirate.
yet.
Pirate, this is like all the health that's laying around in God of War before you fight the two
Yep.
berserkers
Mhm.
at once.
Yep.
Well,
Okay. But you said we have there's
Well-
two potential paths ahead of us, right?
You can
said
keep going straight ahead down the archways. It's slightly dimmer and darker towards that way. Or you could turn to the left through another archway again with that draped red velvet that leads, you can see through a small hallway into a hall that looks like almost like a small study. You can see just barely, in front of you a number of bookshelves, and like a long, low table kind of off to one side, but you'd have to get closer to see more.
So before anything else that we do, Avric is going to just take a moment, close his eye, and touch the symbol that's on his shield, which will glow in a faint pulse, to use divine sense to see if I can sense any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
hi.
Which I know is going to ping Fen.
So 60 feet.
Yeah, that is not behind total cover.
That is not behind total cover, which is walls, but the doors are
Yeah.
open, so that doesn't work. Okay, so you can get a ping of like within 60 feet, 15 more undead, because you know exactly what kind of undead they are, correct?
It says you can sense anything affected by Hallow or know the location. So I don't know what they are. I just know where. I can sense their location, but I don't know what they are.
You can sense 17 undead.
Is it down one particular corridor?
Well, you can get, if we did this the right way, you get 5 towards in front of you, and then another 12 in varying distances away from you as down the left turn.
Okay, so we'll turn to the rest of the group and go, right, so there's 5 more things down this way, and another 12 of them a bit more spread out down that one. Oh, if we're here to hunt down Dracula, I'm going to guess the one with the more stuff down it is probably the right way, but...
It's funny, I was just about to say we should go away from the more stuff, but yeah, that does make a certain amount of sense, I suppose.
Did you say that there were like the curtains here as well on the turn?
Yeah, it's kind of
Solaris is paying 0 attention to them and shuffling the curtains because last time a Medusa head fell out, and she's like, maybe there's another one.
Maybe.
And Fen is just kind of.
Hamish is looking back and forth between Fancy and Albrecht and saying, I'll be honest, in many ways, the decision is more scary to me than the undead. But 5 undead versus 12 undead seems like a very easy decision. I think we should go straight.
I mean, it also depends on what kinds of undead they are, because I do have a certain power over them if we do get overwhelmed.
Oh, you do?
There's nothing to sneeze at. Yeah. I mean, I haven't. Yeah.
Same. I can. If we're getting swarmed, I can make him go away for a bit.
Plus, that chicken dinner has made me feel very full and padded.
So I should not be near you.
No.
I wish that were more of a thing. Like, if I could get other people to eat for me,
yeah,
I'd
right.
be so much more productive. Like that.
Be incredible.
Big fan of that. So, I'm open either way.
Oh, one second, please. All right, Yorick thinks we should go left.
Oh my!
And he is.
Lord.
I have to admit, he's much more intelligent than I am.
I'm sorry. Did you say the skull?
Oh, I'm uncomfortable.
You know what? That's far from the weirdest thing we've got going on. As he casts a glance over at the lump underneath Solaris's cloak.
Yep, that's true, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Right. Well, let's get going then. And we'll pat Squish's side and send him trotting off down towards the left.
Oh, and
following Yorick's direction.
If we still have our animal companions, I can offer to carry like Fancy in one hand and Hamish in the other.
Oh, I don't. It's a very kind offer, but if I have to pop off my little undead thing, I think it's probably best if I'm not literally in your hands at that time.
I would put you down first.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know you would want to, but, things happen quick in here. Listen, once we get through them, I'll take a ride for sure. But you seem like you're on our side, so I don't want to send you screaming.
I love the idea of Fancy using Turn Undead being carried by Fen, and Fen just shoots off with Fancy.
Exactly. That's the problem, isn't it?
Oh, this needs to happen.
Well, so Laura's like, okay, and Pat's our giant elk. She's like, all right, Carl, let's go, and starts walking down.
Carl!
His name's Carl.
Love Carl.
So
I mean, Carl's butt has saved Finn, so...
Carl, apparently elk butt is a thing that will be saving for safety for you. So
Great.
you head down to the left, as it were.
I guess.
Follows Averick and Squish.
Following Averick and Squish. You heard again this ring as you turn. You hear this ring again of like the very stone itself ringing like a bell.
Oh, see, I thought that was me hitting it. That it's still doing it. That's weird.
Yeah. You think it's an echo, maybe? Like a long... No, it's not an echo.
Do you think this castle can talk?
Normally I would say, what is wrong with you? But we've had chicken falling out of walls, so I'm not going to dismiss anything at this point.
Yep.
You should try talking to it. Ask it.
Before Solaris does that, I'm going to use Comprehend Languages, the second level. If this castle does talk, I can understand it.
So you cast Comprehend Languages, and Solaris is going to talk to the walls.
She's gonna turn and like pat the wall and be like, "Hey, what's up? You're ringing a lot. I'm just wondering if you're trying to tell us something. Like, are you the one?"
The one.
Yeah, the Wonder Wall.
No.
Welcome home, friends.
What? Wait, do we all hear this?
And all of my fur stands up. I look like an angry cat at this moment.
I'm sure you'll get used to it. Eventually. They all do.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I did not expect that to work. I regret everything about this decision.
Yeah.
Are you our home now?
I'm just your lord.
Oh, well.
No, you're not.
Introduce them to the comforts of home, wouldn't you, pet? You can now see as you've turned down this hall, a swirling, large, bobbing amalgamation coming at you of heads. They look very similar to the one that's stuck in the back of Solaris's coat.
Oh, that's not right.
What?
They've got
What is
These
this
friends of yours?
place? I hate it here.
Oh, that is not right.
And you're never going to leave.
Oh, well.
You know, a similar vampire told me the same thing, and that just didn't work out for him.
Will you constantly feed us chicken dinners?
Solaris.
We should barter, right?
Oh,
Yes, start with chicken. We'll negotiate down to bat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good, actually.
Wait,
You
why do we
can't-
want to negotiate down the bat? How is eating bat now a good outcome? I feel like we're backsliding very quickly.
are you all considering staying here, really?
Well, no, I'm just saying that if we do stay here, we should have a steady source of protein. Be it chicken or, more likely, through negotiations, bat.
Well, it's not so much that we plan to stay here, but if that is an outcome, we should be prepared for it.
I mean, I want to know what we're getting if we end up stuck here.
Exactly. It's basic negotiation 101. I don't understand it, but Yorick is an expert.
Yorick
Clever.
is a skull.
Clever skull.
A very successful businessman who is also a skull.
Oh, it's not the weirdest thing I've seen, to be honest.
True. Yeah.
Me neither, but that was then, this is now.
Yeah, having this conversation while the head thing is coming
Yeah.
towards us.
It does
Yeah,
sort of
3
feel
of
like
them,
we
by the
are.
way.
Yeah.
So they all look slightly different. One seems to be in a kind of like bluish film light kind of emanating from it. The other kind of bobbing next to it, bobs and, looks very red, glowing from the inside, the eyes tracking, moving. And then one just looks gray. Sallow, drained of any color, any light. So I'm going to have to, well, they're going to try and attack you, because that's what their lord ordered them to do. So the first one is going to try and attack Avric, because Avric is in the front, I believe, correct?
Yep.
I believe that's true.
Why did this do the thing? That's not what I wanted. 1d. So 21 to hit.
That does hit.
So you'll take 4 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
The other, that was your bluish friend. Your red friend is going to kind of spin around. I believe Fen was directly behind Avric, right?
Yeah.
It's going to try and attack Fen and bite. For
No,
21.
Yeah, that
Okay, stop that.
happened. But remember, I get hellish rebuke in response.
Yes, you're going to take 4 points of piercing damage and 5 points of necrotic damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
If Fenn's also right behind Avric, I would also like to use my reaction to bash the thing with his shield for his interception fighting style. So it'll reduce the damage by 7.
Okay. So
What was the saving throw?
Intelligence.
I failed.
You do also get +1 to the saving throw because you're within 10 feet of average.
What
if
is
that
what
makes
is
a
your
difference.
My roll was an 8, and I have a +1, so that's only a total of 10.
With 10 is what you needed.
Oh,
It doesn't have a very high save that you have to beat. You only
Divine Aura for the win!
Celeste would be proud.
So you
All right.
can take a reaction.
Alrighty. It is Hellish Rebuke, and as such, they need to make a save of 12, a dex save of 12 or higher.
It's a dex save, right?
Correct.
So it's a 5.
Um,
Nope, they're gonna get on fire.
All right, so they get 3d10 damage. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, oh my god, where are my dice when I need them? Oh, 18 fire.
Oof. It does not like that, but it is still bombing next to you. And the last very gray looking friend sees Fancy. Doesn't really like Fancy. I mean, I'm sure that if they knew Fancy, things would be better, but for a 13,
No!
that,
Little duck and weave.
that's a very lucky thing that happened. Yeah, you're very lucky. You deck and weave, bobbing away as it kind of, the three begin to spin around each other
Oh.
like 3-card Monty.
Oh.
Oh.
But yeah, as you can hear coming, and you can see a couple more of these friends moving closer.
Polaris is gonna like turn like her head kind of speaking behind her to the creature in her cloak and just be like, are these friends of yours? Can you tell them to not?
It looks at you, raises an eyebrow, because it has eyebrows. I mean, it's a face. It's like just a head bobbing there with like snakes.
Are the eyebrows also tiny snakes?
Yes. They're the little tiny like wormling snakes that are just born out of eggs level. Raises an eyebrow at you and then just kind of spins and hides as if to say, no, I can't tell them what to do.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, you could have it do other things, but it can't tell them what to do. It doesn't have a throat. It doesn't have vocal
Okay,
cords.
fair, can't talk.
Interesting point.
Yeah.
Does it look like any of them in particular?
It looks closer to the bluish one.
Okay, cool. Well, while all this is happening, are any of them currently in
Well, there's a melee range with there's one in melee range with Fancy, Fen, and Averick.
Okay, what about Carl?
I mean,
The elk.
Carl is behind Averick, and so I guess he could put himself in melee range with it.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm gonna think. Anybody else want to go?
How many are there? Three
There are
are
three-
swarming.
There's 3 that are kind of bobbing and weaving around around you, and then there are like 3. You can see a bunch more coming up.
Uh-huh.
And by a bunch, I mean like 10.
Sure.
Oh, is that all?
I gave you
would these 10
numbers.
that are coming happen to be in, would you say, like a 30-foot line? Or would a decent number of them be in some form of 30-foot line?
A number of them are in a line. I wouldn't say 30 feet.
Cool. I will go put myself between. God, this is a bad move. Yorick, pray for me. And I'm gonna put myself in between this oncoming line and the rest of the party. And I'm gonna breathe lightning at the ones that are coming at us.
Yes.
Ooh, and they get a
Yeah.
dex save, right?
That is correct.
They get a dex save. This is... Okay, so you're gonna get, if you get this to go right, I'm gonna roll for 5 of them. Because they can fly, so they're not always in line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think 3 of them succeed and 1 does not. That one,
Yeah.
19 and 19, 20 and 9.
Yeah, the 9 and the 1 do not succeed. So 14 on full and 7 on half.
Okay, so the 3 that succeed kind of like get slightly singed and bounce slightly away. They're one of each color, a red, a blue, and a gray. The nat 1, I'm gonna say he's gone. You just see it kind of light up and destroy, and you see it collapse to the ground. And the one further back, you kind of like, you see it. It's one of the gray ones. It knocks into the wall and kind of bounces around a little bit, like a ping pong, like a pool ball. So you got half of them are not happy with you now. Fancy.
Yeah, so since there's this line that I've just watched Hamish breathe down, I think I will conjure up a moonbeam to sit right at the front of the line, hoping that as many of them as I can convince will pass through it.
I mean, you're going through a doorway. What you could do is put it right in the middle of
Yeah, of the entrance, the door, the whatever.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Make them have to go through it. Y'all be careful, because let me double check my prayer, but I think this will hurt you too.
Well,
Yeah, be real careful going through this doorway, all right? We'll just have them come in here, and then we'll whack them. Anyway, yes, so this is a 5-foot radius cylinder, so 10-foot diameter cylinder. And anytime a creature enters the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, and then it'll take damage.
Yes.
Cool. So what's going to happen is this remainder, next up, it's Fen.
I am going to use the Witch Bolt. And basically, if I hit, it does 2d12 damage because I'm casting at a second level. I'm just going for the one that tried to attack me.
Yes. And
1 or 2 or however many there are.
1. It's one of the red ones.
All right. That would be a 17.
17 will hit.
All right, I finally get to use a d12. Yay. Oh. Well, that's 24 points of lightning damage.
So it fries it,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it kind of spin away and then collapse and, just like shatter.
Well. I don't think I have a bonus. Oh, wait, I can bonus Shadow Blade, but I will not do that right now.
Okay. Averick, I believe we skipped you.
Yeah, I think because we weren't
Yeah, we weren't fully in
near as to
initiative
whether we
yet.
were
and then
initiative
we-
or not
Yeah,
yet.
like we were kind of like, oh, what do we do here?
And then
So
and then Solaris passed it. So Averick, take your turn, and
okay.
then we'll go back to the start of the initiative. We'll just use the same one from last time.
So remember, so there's now 2 left on this side of the door. There's the moonbeam in the doorway, and then there's a bunch of them on the other side.
10, yeah,
Okay.
10 of them on the other side.
So yeah, I'll just smack down, and there's one on me and one on somebody
Fancy.
else, right? Fancy.
Fancy.
Okay, yeah. Just smack down the one that's on me. Let's just take the swing at it. So that is going to be not great. So that's going to miss. For the first attack, it's a 9. So I'm assuming that's a no.
Nope, that's going to miss.
Second attack, though, is even worse. That's a nat 1.
Yep.
Wait, no, it didn't. Why did that roll?
No, it's a nat 20.
Why did it roll twice? No, I swear it rolled.
We only see one, so
we only see
take the
one.
Yeah,
Nat 20.
It was weird. It rolled 2 dice in D&D Beyond for some reason, but only recorded one of them. So whatever. Cool. I'll take the crit. I'll take the crit on that. And you know what? With that being a crit, I think that's an ideal thing to pour a Divine Smite into. So that will then be... So that is 9 points doubled to 18 on the regular attack. And as soon as I can find Divine Smite in the thing, there it is. So 1 spell slot is going to be an additional 18, so 36 points of damage.
So you
18 bludgeoning, 18
swing down
radiant.
at this thing that bit you. I'm assuming slightly unhappy, maybe a little bit perturbed.
Oh, he's very unhappy.
Maybe
Yeah.
a tad bit even angry. And you swing down with so much force that it forces the head onto the ground and it just shatters like a melon. And then turns to stone and pulverizes itself. There's nothing left.
Excellent.
Okay, the stone makes it less bad.
Yeah, that was good. I was thinking full on just Gallagher watermelon. Like,
Yeah,
the
it started
stone
like
out
that
makes
and
it
turned to
less
stone
gross.
halfway
Yeah.
through.
And then for the rest of the action, then, because I'm still mounted on Squish, he'll bound over a bit to the one that's on Fancy, and Squish is going to take a bite at that one. So Squish is going to be...
He's going to miss with a 12.
Yeah.
Squish, unfortunately, is not squishing a lot tonight.
No, he's just a good boy. He doesn't. He's there for protection. He doesn't do the bites so much.
Right.
He's being a mighty.
He's just the goodest boy.
Okay.
He is. That's his role.
All right.
So that's it for that round.
So now it is their turn. So you see what's going to happen is the one that's still on Fancy is going to attack Fancy first. We're going to resolve that first. Which is doing math. Sorry.
That's all right.
So a 21 to hit you.
Yes, that will hit me, yes.
So you will do 3 points of piercing damage, and I need a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw from Fancy, please.
I wish I was better at these. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, but you
Oh, it's an
succeed, so it
18.
doesn't
Okay.
hit it.
Nice.
You
All right.
feel like as it beat down on you, this moment where things were starting to solidify, and,
Oh, no.
and you just kind of like force yourself through it. You don't end up petrified.
That's good.
But the 10 that are bobbing and weaving around on the other side of your moonbeam are going to start coming through the wall.
Yeah. Oh,
Some of them are going to come through your moonbeam,
okay.
and some of them are just going to come through the wall
Yeah.
because
Well,
they do
can.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
Oh, well, it was almost a good... I mean, it was partially a good idea. It didn't go as well as that. How are they doing that?
so it's a Constitution saving throw.
It is a Constitution saving throw. I don't know the DC. I will find it while you roll.
It's
It
your
is
spell
15.
save. It's 15.
15.
All right. So the first 4 are going to go through your moonbeam.
Yeah.
17,
That'll take half of 18, which is 9.
20.
That'll take... you want me to keep that same number? You
Yeah,
want me to
let's
roll
just
each
keep
one?
it.
Okay, so then half of that is 9.
15.
15 makes it as 9, and 10 doesn't, so that last one takes
18.
the full 18.
So
and
one
it's
that
all
takes
radiant.
the full 18 radiant, because it's 18 radiant, it kind of fizzles and shrivels, and it's one of the red ones, and it goes away. But
Woo!
there's
I'll
2
take the W!
But there are 5 that there are the 4 that went. 3 of them succeeded in going through. Let's say one of each color. Just make my life
Right.
fun. A blue, a red, and a gray. And then there are 4 more that kind of come out of the walls.
In front of or behind the moonbeam?
through the like walls of the hall into behind the moonbeam.
Okay.
It just has to be the fact that they also can be incorporeal and can go through walls.
Sure.
It's a thing that they do.
Sure.
So we're gonna have 2 attack Hamish that came through the walls because he's on the wall and it's just right there. You're right there. I'm sorry. One is a red and one is a blue. So the red one is first with an 11. I'm betting that doesn't hit. And then the blue one is a 19. So you're going to take 4 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
There are going to be the 3 that came through, one of each color. That's going to attack Avric because Avric is right there in front. 1, 2, 3. None of those are going to hit you.
Nope.
Got 2 through the wall. 3 more came through the wall. So 1 each for Solaris, Fancy, and Fen. And I'm going to say Solaris is a blue, Fancy is a red, and Fen is a gray. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Fen, I'm crit on you. Fancy, does a 17 hit you?
It does not. My AC is 18, so I put that shield in between.
Oh, that shield is good. So, Fen, you take immediately 3 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8.
You are now restrained as you slowly start to feel yourself turned to stone.
Great.
Sure, that's fine.
You
Don't
have
worry about.
This is fine.
Yeah, I still hellish rebuke before I'm stone.
Yes, because you can take a reaction with this one. It's not mind bending, it's just petrifying.
Then you need to roll a dex saving throw.
A dex save for our friend. My friend, really. They're very friendly. For a 13, it's gonna fail.
No, it actually succeeds.
Oh, it succeeds. So
Yes.
it kind of like bobs out of the way of your hellish rebuke and kind of floats around your head.
Well, I still roll. You just take half the damage.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole time Solaris is looking at it, is like turning back to the one in her cloak, just being like, "Can you bite them back, please?"
It kind of pops up and is like, it goes slowly, starts to move forward.
Half of 19.
Half of 19 is 8. So it's still bobbing, literally. In weaving. But the one, we'll call it rainbow colored because it's Solaris's friend. And it's been hanging out in your cloak. So it kind of bobs and is going to, you may have it make an attack action on your turn as a free, but we'll just do it that way. Have I accounted for everybody? Yes, I think I have. Oh wait, you hear the sound of boot heels clicking on stone. Slowly.
Now what?
As kind of like a saunter moving towards you.
From which direction?
In front of you. Just the other side of
Okay.
the moonbeam. Hamish. You have 2 friends.
Yeah. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna attack one of them. Is there anybody else around me? Any of my buddies, or is it just me and a couple of Medusa
I mean,
heads?
how far up the wall are you?
How high is the wall? Probably about halfway.
About 25 feet, so I would say probably
Oh,
not
yeah,
close
not.
enough.
Probably just me and these Medusas. Okay, so I'm gonna stab at one of them with my rapier.
Mm-hmm. A 12 will not
12.
hit,
Cool.
as it kind of bobs out of the way.
And, I can take a bonus action. You know what? I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and scurry down this wall like a frightened little lizard.
I appreciate this. I appreciate all of this. The scurrying of the lizard is well done. Solaris, you have a friend and a not-so-friend nearby.
Okay, I have a friend and a not-so-friend. All right, well, first I want Carl to try and take a hit at whatever's closest to him.
Okay.
I forgot about Carl.
So Carl...
We forgot about the giant elk in the hallway with us? I feel like he takes up a lot of room.
It does. It does take up a lot of room.
It's okay. He's standing on Avric's left. You can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Carl does 25. Does that hit?
A 25 will hit one of, you're sending it after one of the ones next to Averick?
Yes.
There are 3
Just
on
go right
Averick.
in front.
So, yeah.
Okay. It does 14 bludgeoning.
It kind of what it is, he kind of rams into it and knocks it with the horns, and it kind of like bounces off a couple walls and then kind of reorients itself. But you can kind of see it's floating like a little off, and a couple of the little snakes are like crooked and a little bent.
Okay, and then she's also going to look at our floating rainbow head friend and just be like, "Fight somebody, please."
Okay. Your friend is going to try and bite somebody, and it's closest to you, so it's going to try and get the one that's on, I guess, Fancy, because Fancy's close to you. So 1d20 plus 4. So it crits! I would also like to remind the party that you have 1 heart that you are allowed to use, which automatically gives an additional damage die to any attack. And if it on a crit, you can use it to be double, so it would be the same thing. I'm not telling you to use it this time, I am reminding you that it exists. So it is a general head, so it's going to do 11 points of piercing and necrotic damage on its friend. It bites down on the one next to Fancy, and it just kind of like grabs it and like shakes it a little and like spits it out.
I always knew you were a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Never doubted for a second that it was a bad idea to have this floating head coming with us.
It was always a perfectly great idea.
Now, always.
All right, and then Solaris, your action. Your bonus action is to send Carl, and your free action is you told the head to do something.
Yeah, what's the over-under of me being able to charm all of these floating heads?
Probably not good.
Like, on one side, I want to try again. On the last side, it went really well. I had one of my better terrible performances, and it still didn't work. So now I'm kind of a little performance shy. So
you think it might not be you so much as them.
Oh, it's not me, it's you. No.
It's like they just can't hear the performance at all.
Okay. So wow, her bard life is not going well. So Solaris is just gonna like take the chance and go for the closest one with her rapier and hope for the best. Because now she's just not so sure about her flute. But it's a 15 hit.
15 is not gonna hit. As you stab out at one of the close ones, it just kind of bobs and weaves and like sticks its tongue out at you, and then all the little snakes stick their tongue out at you as well.
She just makes an angry face back at them, like, I'm gonna fry you at some point.
Averick.
Right. So for his turn, where is it? All right, Averick is going to try to position himself so that he is surrounded or nearby as many of them as possible.
You can do that. The question is, how close to Fen are you getting?
As close as it doesn't matter because I'm not doing anything like that. I've used the holy water already. That's gone. I just want to get as to where I'm like within 5 feet of as many of them as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. And then he is going to unstrap a little vial from the back of his shield and knock it back like a shot, and use that to cast protection from evil and good on himself. So, presuming these creatures some fall into aberration, celestials, elementals, fey fiends, or undead, I'm assuming they fall into one of these categories.
They are undead.
So any attacks against Averick, which also passes through the squish, will be at disadvantage.
Yes. Okay.
But that is his action, and I don't really have any bonus action stuff, so then Squish is just going to take a bite at whichever the nearest thing on his level is. Like, are any of the heads around, have they taken damage?
There are a bunch that have taken damage.
Squish is just going to bite at the one that looks the most damaged, whatever that looks like to a celestial dog.
Mm-hmm.
And 14, that's not going to hit, is it?
Nope. No, it does not, unfortunately, hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fancy.
Hey, yeah.
What you doing?
Listen, we've done a little bit of the magic, but now it's time to get old Bessie into the game again, and I'm gonna swing a warhammer at. Is the one that was that bit me still there?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna swing my warhammer at that to get a start.
The most recent
hell! No, I'm not. I'm going to use my action to bring my moonbeam over and shine its wonderful light on as many of them as I can get without also shining a light on us. That's probably not more than like 1 or 2 at a time.
I don't know that you can, given just the dimensions of the space, right? It's not.
Oh, not at all. Oh, well then we'll leave it and I'll get Bessie in the game. All right, Bessie.
It's only a 30-foot wide hall, right?
So yeah. Okay,
You've got too many people too close together. I can't guarantee that you can do that.
Smack him for a 14.
Not gonna hit. I'm sorry.
No, well that's all that I have. Listen, Bessie, if you're gonna be around, I'm gonna need you to do better. All right. Yeah, that is all. Each creature within 10. That's a large radius too. Nope. Yep. Sorry, y'all. I can't. I missed. You had one chance, Fancy. You let me down.
Does talking to your weapon work?
Well, clearly not, because I missed.
She's just like looking at a flute, like, okay, if I pump you up, maybe next time this will work.
Yes, there you go. Give it a try.
Hello, Fen.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm a little bit irritated at all of this, and wow, I am not intentionally mimicking you, Daniel.
It happens.
I cannot help it. I'm a mimic. What can I say? I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast at whatever's in my way because I'm tired of all of them.
There are like 3 around you.
All right, then hey, look at that. 2 beams. And for rule of cool, can we say 2 of them are in a straight line?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, it's just, like I said, I told Fancy, it's a 30-foot wide hallway and only about like 40 feet long. So, or it's not, you're not going to have enough space to do a lot of.
Okay.
They don't have a lot of space to maneuver, but.
And an 18.
What was that? I'm sorry. An 18 and a.
14.
The 14 is not going to hit, but the 18 will.
Can we say the 18 got 2 of them?
Yeah, we'll say 18 got 2 of them. I like this.
All right. That is, wow, I've forgotten how to read a D10. I think that's a 9. So 9 points of whatever.
A 9 on each?
Yeah.
So one of them went through the moonbeam the first time around, so you kind of shatter that one as it's the first one that you hit, it shatters, it goes away. The second is still there and kind of like takes the hit and knocks into the wall and bounces around a little bit and kind of spins around to kind of like to retarget on you. So you're down, for a total you have 10, now you're down to 6 total that are around you guys. Mm-hmm. Not bad.
I'm gonna bonus action if any are in range and use my Shadow Blade.
Sure. There's always going to be one in range because of just the dimensions of the space. You've got a big elk. You've got the 5 of you. You've got the head. You've got the dog. And you got 6 more of these things.
This sounds like the start of a bad joke.
My God, my dice have betrayed me. Because, I mean, it's a 16, and you already said that did not hit earlier.
No, you need an 18.
No, I tried womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah.
You did try. It is their turn now. So, Hamish, those two friends that you made, you left them behind. And so they're going to come down. And as they do, they're both going to attack you. For a 12 and a 15.
15 hits.
So, the blue one was the first and the red one was the second. So that's 4 points of piercing damage and 5 points of necrotic damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. That's.
Oh, good. You
it's
succeed
21.
very well. As you
Nice.
feel something, try to do something very similar to what you do, and like stab you in the brain, and it didn't do well, I guess, against you. But you
brain stabber.
pretty much, it's really kind of a back and forth kind of thing. But those the sounds of heels on stone, you can hear now, and you can see kind of a figure on the other side of the moonbeam start to approach.
A friendly figure?
He's tall, he's imposing. We'll find out more when he gets here. Averick, you still have 3 friends on you who couldn't hit you last time and you couldn't hit. It's become a thing. Well, he's not going to hit you. That one's not going to hit you either. And the 15 isn't going to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Fancy, you still have 1 friend. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And this is the last friend that's on this side of the
Hooray! Yeah, bring it on.
wall.
No.
He's not going to hit nothing.
No.
Oh, but Fen, I do need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. I'm
And
sorry,
with
at
that
the end of
one-
your turn, you needed a Constitution saving throw.
With that one attacking Fancy, I want to take my Sentinel attack against it with
Go
my
right ahead.
reaction. Let's smack that one down.
Ooh, that is 21.
21, you succeed. You are not petrified.
Yay!
Huzzah!
That's
Huzzah!
good.
Which is perfect timing, because in, perfect narrative moments that happen like this, it's just video game perfectness. Striding through the moonbeam.
Oh dear. Oh.
He'll take, what, he needed to be 15?
Yes.
Okay, well, he rolled only a 16. Felt
All
kind
right,
of low
well,
for him.
I hate that. It's 9 points of radiant.
He strides through it. You see this tall, distinguished
I
human
hate this for us.
looking individual. Fen, you've met Strahd.
Oh yes, we've met and
Yeah,
talked.
you talked. You can put Strahd next to this being and you realize Strahd is a cheap imitation.
Oh, so he's the Strahd we got off Witch.
No, Strahd was the cheap imitation.
Oh.
This
Oh.
He walks into a space and you can't take your eyes off of him.
It's probably fine.
It's darker hair with a slight hint of salt and pepper at the temples, a small beard and goatee, a long black cloak, perfect suit, and he, as you walks towards you, he just seems to get a little bit taller with each step. A little taller, like 6.5, 7 feet. He smiles at you all with just this hint of a fang coming from the left of his mouth. And
Are you the talking house?
I was talking to you through my house. I'm charmed. Dracula, Count. And you are my dear, as he reaches out a hand towards Solaris.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And she like kind of looks at it. It was like, "Hi, I'm Solaris. Not too sure how I feel about your interior decorating, but I'm sure you can make this look way better.
Oh, it's the 100 years of sleep, you understand. It takes a while to clean things up.
Are you the one?
I've been called that. Would you call me that?
Are you looking for companions?
I mean, I'm always looking for companions. I have a few that keep me company. You could join them. Would
Wait,
you like to?
You already have companions.
Oh, I'm always down for a wedding.
But there's others.
Sometimes.
Solara stops and like looks at the rest of the group and is like, "Are you picking up what he's putting down?"
The expression from Averick is just a, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Do I pick up anything different from him because of being a dumpier?
You could roll perception.
Well, let's see what happens. Oh, and of course, that's not one of my good skills. Oh, but my Animal Crossing D20 saved me. That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You look at him and you realize that Strahd was a plaything that he would have bit into half and spit out.
Oh, okay. All right then.
You've never traveled to hell, but you get the impression that this one could and come back. In fact, maybe that's what he does. As he said, every 100 years he just dies occasionally, takes a vacation to hell, returns.
A vacation?
That's what happens when you're the Prince of Darkness, right?
Sure. And Fen is really wishing Brother Uriah was there.
Yeah. You might be lucky. You do have a cleric who's behind you.
And I turn around, look at Fancy. So, what you got in the bag of tricks, Fancy?
I mean, first is the small bit of advice that we stop conversing with this man and either run away or try to kill him, but I don't think there's any other good outcome from this. No offense, sir. You just are an affront to all that is good and holy, so you know.
Averick kind of nods down the fence, like, I agree. And he'll pop down off of Squish and will stand, kind of walk up, pulling himself up to his full, 2 feet 8 tall.
Which comes to just maybe about the middle of his calf.
Perfection.
And kind of backlit by the light of the moonlight spell that Fancy had up, is almost as if he was some sort of moon knight, will look up at Dracula and go, "Hey, Dracula, you goddamn nerd. Oh, where's my fucking chicken?" And will swing the hammer at him.
Oh my god.
Okay,
yes.
I, as a nerdy academic, am going to give you advantage on that swing because for that reference.
Yes.
Oh, also the I forgot, because that's also actually a bonus action, because that is me casting Compelled Duel on Dracula.
Yes. Compelled Duel, and there's a save for that, by the way, right?
It is a wisdom saving throw, yes.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Against Dracula.
Yes.
Go big or go home, I guess.
Wait.
It's a 27. He's still looking at you. He's not turning away, but he's probably not compelled.
Yeah. Given that we're getting low on time, will you let me use the heart we still have to force a fail on the Compelled Duel?
That means it won't count for a damage die. I'll allow it.
There we go. We'll go with that.
Okay, Dracula is now kind of in the, you're not a Belmont.
The audacity.
Have the Belmonts gotten shorter while I've been gone?
And
It has been 100 years.
At the have they gotten shorter, you see just a flare of pure rage in Averick's one eye. He swings the warhammer at Dracula.
It's like Dracula's evil or something.
Which is not great. It's an 8 to hit for the
But you have
first attack, so
advantage.
nope. All right, I do. Well, the second one, that's a 23 then.
A 23 will hit as you kind of hear it clang, and what looked like a perfect suit, you hear the clang on clang of metal, almost like he's wearing armor.
Yeah. All right, so that is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to pump a second level divine smite into that as well.
Yes. Ooh.
So that is going to be oh god, where is divine smite? And there it is, class features. There it is. So that is. So that's, I'm just going to roll that and roll 20. That's 3d8. $14 points of radiant damage.
So with 26 points of damage, you do hit and damage Dracula, and he kind of looks down and like takes that moment of where you hit him in the ribs, and you just pulls his hand away, and it's a little dark, and he goes, you are a Belmont. I'm going to enjoy having you. And he's going to
For dinner?
immediately
Crazy?
attack you. Immediately attack you. Because he can do that.
Do it.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, Afric.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Almost. Wait, where is it? Where's the numbers? I had it all pulled up. Oh, okay. Oh. So a 30.
Yeah, that will hit.
So on a hit, he's going to bite down on you because he can. And he's going to do almost feel bad. He really, really kind of do. He's going to do 27 points of necrotic damage.
I'm good.
And then I
I'm
need
good.
you to make a charisma saving throw.
Alrighty.
And you needed 17.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, very good. So you are not immediately enthralled and turned against your entire party by being bitten by Dracula. But he can take another action and bite you again. Because he's Dracula. So a 25.
Yep, that hits.
And he does another 27 points of piercing damage, or necrotic damage.
Thanks to the wall chicken, I am still up.
And I need another charisma saving throw.
That one's nowhere near as good. That's a 13.
So now he kind of pulls away, licks his lips. I think you should introduce your friends to their new lives. To cast Compel on Avric to attack anyone in front of you.
Oh.
Wouldn't only Dracula be in front of him, though?
No. Because now Dracula is his friend.
I tried.
You did. I give you points for trying.
I do have a question. I presume
Yes.
Dracula counts as an aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead.
Yes.
Is this technically a charm effect?
Yes.
Avric is immune.
Ooh, Avric is immune. That is correct. So you do not. You are paladin save. Paladin save. So you are not compelled. Well, that's fine. What would the rest of you like to do? Is he kind of licks his lips?
Hamish sees sorry, my character is not Hamish, my character is Fancy. Fancy sees what Dracula is trying to do and was preparing a spell and very quickly changes his mind and is going to grab that holy symbol and use my Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary. So a 30-foot radius sphere of twilight emanates from my shield and moves around with me, blah, 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 blah. And that is my action. At the end of people's turns, I can do things and give you presents based on how poorly your turn goes.
So we're going to go around. Let everyone have a response. Hamish, what do you do in this moment as Dracula?
I think Hamish is going to turn to the skull that he's perched on his shoulder, and he's going to say, Yorick, this ride has been real, but I'm getting a bad feeling. So if this all goes bad, live on in my honor. And he's going to throw Yorick as far as he can in the direction we came from.
You hear it clatter down the stone a little ways.
Incredible, very helpful, Hamish.
Alas, poor Yorick, you threw him well.
Yes!
Also a good one.
Ben turns to dust from psychic damage from that.
Fen, I guess that's a good trend. Are you doing anything else, Hamish, other than throwing Yorick?
No, again, Yorick out safe was really the most important part of Hamish's mission.
Okay. Fen.
Fen is gonna, as a bonus action, pull up her mage armor.
Mm-hmm.
And, you now see kind of an armored werewolf with dragon wings staring down Dracula. And, she's got her... No, she is carrying, the Sword of Cass.
Yep.
So...
I want to see
You know what? It is... You know what? It's a charity stream. Why not? I'm gonna use the Sword of Cass for Finger of Death on Dracula.
I love everything about this.
You know what? We don't have that long left, and I might as well.
I just want to give inspiration to everyone, like bardic inspiration. Like, let's go, y'all.
I will let you hold that bardic. You're going to cast Finger of Death through the Sword of Cass at Dracula.
At 7th level.
At 7th level.
Because it's the Sword of Cass.
Because it is the Sword of Cass. So we're going to have... I need to double check one thing. Just one small...
Or Divine Word.
Your choice on which one you do. You know that this is an undead, unholy abomination.
I know.
And so you're pretty sure maybe necrotic might not be your way to go.
You know what? Let's change that up to Divine Word.
That might be slightly better.
You utter Divine Word and be with the power that shaped the world at the dawn of creation. Choose any number of creatures you can see within range. Each creature that can hear you must make a charisma saving throw. But I'm choosing to focus on Dracula.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you have not done enough. You guys have not done enough damage for the really fun effects to take place. Sorry, it wouldn't have taken place even with Finger of Death. You wouldn't have killed him. Just the pure numbers. But you see him kind of like this bolt of bright light come out of the sword after the miraculous transformation of Fen, and you see the light hit blindingly for a moment, and then you see Dracula, put his finger to his ear and shake it around and shake his head. It's like, what is that toy? And he's talking louder, almost like he's possibly deafened. And he starts walking towards Fen. Solaris, what are you doing?
So while all of this has been happening, Solaris was consulting with Carl and our rainbow head friend, kind of off to the side. And as first off, takes a moment to be like, wow, all of you are amazing. I have 3 bardic inspirations left, so I want to give them to everyone who doesn't have one already. So Fancy, Hamish, and Finn all get a bardic inspiration because they're trying real hard. And then Solaris turns to Dracula, is like, I'm looking for the one, and the bats here wouldn't be charmed, and it's not you, it's me, so it's just not going to work out between us. And then she pulls out a rapier and tries to attack him.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and swing it. Go ahead and swing at Dracula.
Will 17 hit?
No, 17 will not hit. You hear it kind of scratch against the metal.
And she's like, oh.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, my dear. We could have had something. It would be really, really special, but...
I couldn't charm your animals. It just wasn't going to work between us.
They're my animals. Why should you charm them?
But that would
She's
prove
very
you're the
charming.
one.
Well, then. I think I should introduce you to them, and maybe if you join me, then you'll be able to charm them. And he's going to bite you. Because he's creepy like that. Oh, and he
Not
nat
the reaction
ones.
I wanted.
Yes.
Not wanted. Yeah, does not hit.
Yeah, but he's going to try again because he can. Because he's Dracula.
Oh.
For 29.
Disadvantage because of
definitely
compelled
hits.
duel. He's rolling at disadvantage.
Yes, he is rolling a disadvantage for compelled duel for a 29.
Well, never mind.
It
was worth a shot.
So you take 27 points of necrotic damage.
I'm still alive, but I'm looking pretty weak, y'all.
And he knows you're an elf, so that's not going to work.
Is this the end of her turn? I've lost track of whose turn is when.
It is the end of Solaris's turn.
Yeah,
Right,
I was gonna say, I was
Solaris-
like,
He is using a legendary action to bite.
Yeah, I figured.
well, can because I have bonus actions with Carl and stuff, can they also attack? Like, they're like, oh no, I was bitten.
Yes, because we're narratively bringing this to an end and a close. And then we'll let Fancy do what Fancy does, and then we'll come back to the animals.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Go ahead and go on to the animals. That's fine.
A 19 is not going to hit. He sidesteps
Damn
the
it,
giant elf
dude!
and
You
just
need
kinda,
less
like-
armor.
Yeah, he's wearing armor. I'm sorry, he has armor. Fancy, you wanted to do something.
No, that's. I mean, I was gonna. I'll give Solaris some temporary hit points at the end of her turn just for funsies. But it sounds like we're all going down pretty quick here. So, Solaris, if you need him, you can have 12 temp HP.
I'll take it.
So this leads to my next question, as Dracula is going to gesture with an offhand and just kind of smile at all of you. And you hear the door slam shut. Bum.
Which door?
The one behind you. In the hallway you were behind the curtains, I guess.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The curtains. I forgot about the curtains. Okay.
And the door slams shut, and Dracula just kind of grins fully. You will all have one round of attacks before the lair action occurs.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
And the lair action will probably kill you all. So I'm giving you a round to have fun.
I mean, I'm gonna pray to my God and say my goodbyes for my turn.
Pray to your lord. And Dracula's just like, I'm your lord now.
Oh. Yes, please. I mean, no.
I'm
You
gonna
the one
try
for
to
you?
Fen is gonna do
Right?
what?
try to drink his blood. I might as well try to get some of his power.
Go ahead, Fen. Try it. Roll an attack.
Well, if this fails, it was nice knowing you all.
You got this. Bardic inspiration.
That's right. I need to add a D8, don't I?
Sure, that'll be
It's a
enough.
D8, yeah.
Well, before the D8, I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
So you will bite through his plate armor. Go right ahead.
I guess Fen takes really good care of her teeth. Although my fanged bite does very little damage.
He's also immune to piercing damage.
I mean,
You got that extra D8, so you know.
Yeah, and that accounts for my attack too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it was 9 bitey damage. I get a little sip before he kills us all.
Yeah, can you please roll me a charisma saving throw?
No.
You bit Dracula.
22?
22 does save. You needed a 17. So you do not become charmed by Dracula.
I mean, he's tasty. I'm a down peer.
Yeah, he very. You've attempted. Remind me, did you succeed on drinking Strahd?
No. I tried to drink from Desmond, and he wouldn't let me.
And it did not happen work right. This is the best tasting thing. Like, you've had anything else would be compared to, like, swill. Like, the comparison between a really, really good aged Macallan and Cheerwine.
Wow. That's a difference.
Yeah, it's almost like he's the vampire and everything else comes from him, so everything else is filtered, diluted, somehow less.
All right.
So for his turn, Averick is going to bonus action, look over at Squish, who's still where Averick dismounted him, and just nod and say, "Good boy." And dismiss Squish back to the celestial realm. And then is going to throw down the Warhammer, throw down the shield, look up at Dracula, and try and punch him in the dick.
I will let you roll for this.
Unarmed strike. Which is, am I still rolling with advantage? I can't remember why that was a thing.
No, you got advantage
okay.
for the I gave you inspiration.
No,
you
did you ever use your bardic inspiration is the question.
I didn't. I'm going to do it now. So it's 18 plus D8. Let's come on, the 1D8. Not do that in the Twitch chat. That wouldn't be helpful. Come on, D8. 6, 24 to hit.
Yes.
Divine Smite. I've got one first level spell slot left.
Go for it.
9 points of radiant damage.
He is annoyed and pissed, and so rather than attempting to bite you, he is going to just reach down and, like, pick you up and fling you. Because...
Love it.
So... Is he going to follow the same path as Yorick? Like, down hole?
Well, the door is now closed, so...
That's true.
See, and everyone's talking in the... everything, but Dracula is an undead, so there's no blood flow. Just throwing that out there. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah. It's actually worse for you because he does better when it, the bite is actually... So a 32 to fling you down the hallway.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
It's only about 10, 20 feet, so what is it? It's 3d6. It's 5d6. Yeah, maths for the number of d6 for the number of feet you fall, right? So it's going to be 5d6, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So 24 points of damage as you hit the wall.
Well, that's going to be more than the 13 he had left. So. Everett is out.
Crack. Now he is angry. Hamish, you get one action left before the end of your...
Yeah, I don't know if I could psychically damage any more than getting divine smote in the dick can, but I am gonna...
He is angered. He is officially angry. Like, you see the teeth, you see the eyes are blood red, you see the nails have extended into claws. Like, he was keeping his nice guy look, and now that's gone.
So as Averick flies through the air, I'm going to shout, "Nice hit, small target!" Okay. And then I'm going to pull a psychic blade out and fling it at Dracula. And I'm going to get an 11 to hit.
And he just kind of almost like negligently bats it away.
And then I'm going to look a little bit ashamed and try another. And it's going to be a 14 to hit.
Nope.
And then I'm going to step behind the nearest curtain.
So that's everyone's last action?
Did I do an action?
I think Solaris still has one.
No,
yeah.
Solaris has one. Solaris does have
Okay, I have no memory now. I already told him no, we weren't gonna work out. So like, my action is I want to try to persuade Dracula that we are more trouble than we're worth to keep in his castle. So I'm just gonna be like, think about it. We got a guy who just like punched you in the dick. We got the dude that's talking to Skull. Somebody just bit you. Like, we're gonna have this awkward, we just declined each other thing going on. Like, maybe you just want to get rid of us. Like, just punt us out the front door and we'll be on our way and you'll never see us again. Like, you don't want like that awkward afterwards of like, now we're just gonna have that weird moment.
So you want to try and persuade Dracula to let you all go?
Yeah, like we're just more trouble than we're worth.
I will let you roll for this. I'm gonna set a high DC.
I'm gonna try. Well,
Nope, with that 13,
we don't have any bonus like dies or anything, do we?
Nope, Averick used it to compel duel.
That's right. Chat, you helped us out earlier and now we're just failing. Well, apparently my persuasion didn't go well. Even the awkward, afterwards of saying no, we couldn't get married it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. It was just like he's done. Fancy and Fen.
Yes.
Fancy, your last act was to pray to your god, and
yes.
Dracula basically says he is your god now.
Yeah.
And he just smirks and looks, and the floor falls out from under you.
Oh.
So Averick is no longer with us, so he doesn't actually see anything that happens. The elk disappears as it begins to fall because it is a summoned creature and therefore doesn't. Fen, you still have wings, though, if you wanted to try and survive.
Absolutely. I'm flying because my dread form lasts me for a while.
And Dracula smiles at that. Oh. A new student. We can get rid of your little half problem, and I'm sure it'll be quite nicer on the side of the fence.
I just keep flapping and I just stare at him.
Yeah, he starts walking towards you. He doesn't appear to have any wings, but he seems to be flying because Dracula. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Woo!
Some of you lived.
Ish.
Sorta.
What counts as living here?
Yeah.
Fucking Dracula's castle.
We're going to go around and we're going to do a quick outro so that we can then switch things up and we can get ready for group number 2. Thank you, everybody who's donated so far. Thank you, all of you wonderful players who've been here. Sorry we went a little bit over, but, you had to meet Dracula. And where we are right now, I want to thank everybody so far in chat. We have raised $465 for Fisher House Foundations. We are almost halfway to our goal, even in this first round. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so wonderful. You are so fabulous. And you've opened a lot of the map for the people who are coming after you, so that's a good thing. They don't necessarily know what's there, but they can see the map. So we'll go around and we'll go in reverse order. So we'll start with Sam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Ellis. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Sam Ellis, where I'll talk about other stuff I do. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a delight. And I'm so glad that I maybe survived.
I mean, you had,
on a wall.
You on a
somewhere.
Wall. Now you're just like the gecko that lives in castles.
I just start to mimic a really good sconce.
Yeah. And then directly below Sam, thank you so much, Tanya, for being here. Thank you for bringing Fen. That was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. I'm Cypher. I do lots of things on the internet. I normally get to play D&D with Eugenio, but we're on break till February 5th?
5th, I think. Yeah.
Sure. I'm glad you know and I don't.
I'm pretty sure that's the right date.
That's my only show as of right now. I do things on my channel, maybe some mini painting later. This was fun, and I love getting to finally play with Sam and everyone together, because utter chaos, which I knew Mandy was going to bring. So.
Yes, and I want to point out that Mithrin Princess said the best thing. I did not have Smite Dracula in the balls for my bingo card for this year.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a great way to start the year off.
I mean, look, I live in New York City. We start the year off with a ball drop. I'm just continuing the
This is true.
Well done.
Very, very true. But Chris, tell us all the things.
Hi, yes, Chris Ganeas, aka The Painting Pirates, paintingpirate.com for a bunch of stuff. I'll be doing loads of weird stuff. I'll be on my channel tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I will, however, throw out that, hey, if people want to go and follow me on Twitch, I just checked. I'm literally 3 away from my 1,000 follower goal. So yeah, go follow me if you're not already, because that would be great.
Go follow.
Do it.
Go follow. Do it. Do it. Thank you again for being here. This is a lot of fun. Thank you. And then Mandy, you did get your friend.
I did get my friend, who then we barely used because they hung out in my cloak the whole time. I think we forgot about them. But hi, everyone. I'm Mandy. I'm known around the internet as LadyLuck34 on Twitch and Twitter and all of those places. I stream occasionally, mostly games and crafty things like sewing and crochet, and mostly hang out in everybody else's chat and cause chaos that way. So today I got to be chaos on screen. Unfortunately, Dracula and I just didn't work out. But sometimes that happens, and it's been a blast to play with you all. I did not get killed by my party, which is what I really was going to happen at some point. So I'm taking that as a win.
No one died from party actions. You all died from things in Castle Dracula, or if you died. Hey. Eugenio, speaking of someone who probably died,
Yeah, probably so. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jazzy Hens on Twitter and here on Twitch. Starting the year off sort of slow, but I will be streaming starting on Tuesday, kicking off the new year with some streams. Not exactly sure what we'll be getting into in my channel but come hang out, twitch.tv/DMJazzyHints. Follow me on the Twitters. Thanks so much, Deirdre. Congrats. I thank you all for donating almost halfway there in 3 hours. I can't wait to keep an eye on the channel and see how far y'all get over the next 9. So thanks for doing this, Deirdre. I super appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. We're going to take a short break, and then I'll be back with round 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll see who else lives in Castle Dracula.